flying around this track here in Belgium. And you can see the gap between P3, P4 growing, as Gamer is now of 1.7 seconds ahead of Lucas. I don't know if Lucas might have had a wobble or a mistake, but it's pretty rare he falls down by that much. Back up to 0.3 of a second behind P2. FG Green in the Ferrari, still chasing the Williams of Rooster. Just not able to find the opportunity to pass quite yet. Let's see what can happen, as Gamer's actually starting to put pressure on FGE Green. Let's hop on board with Gamer to watch the P1 through 3 battle. He's just 0.4 of a second behind, putting pressure on FGE Green at every turn. So FGE Green was already only concerned with P1 in front of him. Now he has to worry and look in his mirrors at Gamer in the Red Bull, hunting the Ferrari.
And it's Bud So Loud trying to make up his position that he lost here. He goes for the overtake on Max G-Mans, and he gets it.
He gets it nice and clean. And we've got the first pit of the leaderboard happening with Gamer going in. And that is going to allow a larger interval for P1, P2, but they're still going to have to pit after him. So here we see Gamer's pit stop strategy coming into play once again. Will it do him the right way like it has for the last few weeks?
We got Max G-Mans playing the switchback game with It's Bud So Loud. He has the battery right here. I think that he's going to try to make a move, and as long as he can keep it clean, I think he's going to get it.
On board with Gamer now is in P6 in the Red Bull, first to make a pit stop, and you know the competitors 1 through 3 take a real notice of that. Now they're playing their own mind games up top. Who's going to pit first out of P1 through P3? Well, just a little bit of time will tell. And Gamer's going to continue to work his way up through the leaderboard in the meantime until they take a pit stop.
It's Bud So Loud was playing really good defense right there, but he couldn't withstand the third turn, and Max G-Man takes the lead. Max G-Mans takes the lead.
I'm going to stay on board with Gamer as we'll watch him pass his way back up. So if you want to stay focused on the front or the bottom, that's fine with me. Here we are on board with Gamer as he chases down Flacco, that's in P5 in the Aston Martin. And he's going to make a pass attempt, but Flacco with a healthy defense, but he lets him pass as he knows he kind of pushed him off track, and Gamer hops up to P5 in the Red Bull. And here's Gamer in the Red Bull pushing past 2 Pigs, their teammates. And I do believe they have team orders. And Pigs will let him by as he is in the lead of the Drivers' Championship. And now Gamer is back up to P3. Who's taking pit stops, though? Well, I see FG Green on a pit stop.
Yeah, FG Green's going in. He's coming out on his hards. And we also have your mom's technician. Nope, he's not pitting. I was going to say, your mom's technician usually waits a little bit longer than everybody else.
Yeah, that'd be surprised to see him do it by lap 7. We have 2 Pigs who is now just behind, and we'll go on board with him. He's right behind his teammate in the other Red Bull. Goes off track. He's going to get a penalty for that. But he is likely not going to push too hard. He's going past Gamer now, which is an interesting decision for them as far as team orders.
FGE Green gets a clean overtake on your mom's technician coming out of the pit lane. It didn't take him long, and now he's chasing down 2 Pigs for P4. 2
Pigs and Gamer are just swapping positions back and forth. I hope they're having an agreement, not a disagreement on team comms over there on the Red Bull team. What do we see as the tightest interval there on the track? Probably Bud So Loud in P7.
Yeah, we also have 2 Pigs and FGE Green within 1 second.
FG Green, who has made a pit stop, and Pigs has not. FG Green sure to pass him shortly, or at least make an attempt.
Yeah, let's see what type of time really quickly here.
What type of defense will 2,000 Pigs give in the Red Bull for his teammate Gamer, who's up there in P3? We're going to watch it happen now. FG Green within the passing range. He gets to the outside as they come down to the final turn, and he gets past. He takes track position, He's able to get through the final right-hand turn, and he's going to go and try to get some speed off that bumper. And he has overtaken Two Pigs, as Two Pigs gave a little bit of a fight and goes into the pit. So good defense by Two Pigs there for his teammate Gamer. Gamer now back up to P2, as there's been a pit stop made by Lucas. And Lucas is coming out where?
All right, Lucas is coming out P4 in the McLaren KNM 050. And he's chasing down FGE Green right now on his fresh hards.
Tell us what we've seen come out of the pit stop as far as tires, Walt.
Yeah, we're looking at most of them opting for that medium to hard strategy. They'll probably try to make these hards last to the end of the race if they can.
We're both on board with Lucas, which is good. I got that external camera on him. You stay on board with him because he's just 9/10 pushing on FGE Green at the moment, unless you see a tighter battle.
Yeah, he's making good progress here. He is, like you said, only 9/10 away from FGE Green, and he loses some time there, but I think he'll make it up. FGE Green making good pace, though.
So we see Rooster at the top. He's now 17 seconds ahead, okay? He's 17 seconds ahead of Gamer, who's in P2. He has yet to make a pit stop. He's on 7-lap mediums. Does he take a pit here?
FGE Green spins out and gives the position up to Lucas and the McLaren. We see the Ferrari spin out, and he gets back on track. He is now 4 seconds behind Lucas in P4.
Wow. Absolute race-changing spin-out.
That is
As that
crazy.
was about to be one of the tightest battles for the remainder of the race.
It is.
It's going to allow Lucas to get a gap on him.
And 4 seconds to gain on Lucas is not an easy task.
Not at all. He's going to need a mistake out of him.
Which we have seen from Lucas in the last few weeks, but last week he raced a perfect race. He was not going to make the same mistake as 2 weeks ago. He had the race in the bag as long as he didn't get a 3-second penalty, and on the last lap gives it up. He didn't make the same mistake last week. We'll see if he can keep it clean today.
And you can see a false driver on the leaderboard right now. Motor Droid is an AI bot that somehow got entered into the race in the second McLaren. So that is just, I guess, extra competition for some people. That is not me racing. I'm commentating. Here we are on board with Roosters. Like I was saying a little bit ago, 17.3 second interval to P2 Gamer. The pit stop strategy is always huge. If Rooster gets a clean pit stop, I believe it's probably a 22 to 21 second interval change, which means he could be fighting Gamer as he comes out of pit lane. Gamer likely wins that battle, though.
And we have Two Pigs in P6 in the Red Bull chasing down the Mercedes driven by Josiah. He's got him within a second and a half right now, and he's going to try to make a move here.
And we do see Rooster now take a pit stop, so let's watch and see where he comes out as he races against Gamer. If you want to hop on board with Gamer real quick. He's coming around the final turns. It looks to me like he'll have the pace to easily pass Rooster during this pit stop. So here comes Rooster, currently in P1.
And he drains his battery here.
Don't see any mistakes.
Trying to catch up. And he has shrunk that deficit down to just 10 seconds.
He is now coming out right in front of Rooster into P1. So Gamer takes P1 because of the pit stop strategy. There it is again, Walt. He continues to seemingly have the best strategy week after week in the Red Bull.
Yeah, we have not seen much competition for him strategy-wise throughout this season, and it's paid off for him with 5 P1 wins in a row and a P2 finish last week. We'll see if he can stack another P1 finish in this week.
Even with a very clean pit stop from Williams and Rooster at P2, he comes out behind Gamer, and you've got Lucas in P3, who is now hunting Rooster. He's just 0.2 of a second as they go around Sector 2. If you want to stay on board with Lucas, I'll catch it from the other cam. Gotta love the 2-cam setup for the highlights. And Gamer has now put 4.5 seconds on Rooster in P2. They're both
Isn't that impressive? He was never worried about the deficit.
They're both on hards.
They're both on hards. Rooster is going to have an advantage towards the end of the race. with a 4-lap delay on his tires from Gamer's 4 laps hards right now.
So strategy-wise, Gamer really just needs to put as much pace. And we got a virtual safety car.
Oh.
I saw a penalty from 2 pigs.
Do you think we see
and
Gamer
a virtual
take
safety
advantage?
car.
Think we see Gamer take advantage
and go get tires?
and go get new tires right now?
Well, I don't think that the people behind him will have to get new tires, right?
Nope, they're fresh.
So we're going to watch Gamer. I'll be on board with him. He's not going to the pit stop right away, so he's just going to continue on.
I guarantee Josiah is going to take
Rooster took a pit.
Rooster
took a pit.
Rooster takes
and Rooster
a pit.
had the tire advantage already.
Interesting.
So he's going to come out on very fresh tires. What does that mean for the rest of the squad? That means Lucas jumps up to P2 in the virtual safety car.
Yeah, that was an interesting decision. He's going to have to really push it here to make that position back.
I mean, FGE Green had 0 laps on his mediums, and he took a pit stop. So
yeah, and you know, a 3-lap advantage on your tires at the end of the... And he comes out on mediums. He's going to need to make the mediums last 11 laps, which is doable on this track. But those mediums are going to be at the end of their life at 11 laps.
We'll see how correct that prediction is. I think you're right. Unfortunate for
Gamer
him.
with 5 laps on his hard is going to be struggling at the end of this too. Those hards are going to be at the end of their life towards 15 laps.
And just so you know, we are back to racing. So that virtual safety car was very short-lived. Talk to me about the intervals that you see below P1 and P2 right now.
Yeah, we have a P4, P5 battle going on. Rooster is 0.3 of a second off from 2 pigs, fighting for P4. We'll see if he can get it here.
Gamer staying with
takes the outside on him. They're wheel to wheel, and we'll see if 2 pigs concedes, and he does not. They're fighting through.
Oh, we see a big spin out there. That was Rooster and 2 pigs.
2 pigs probably should have backed off there.
To 2 pigs, and he's back on track, so no retirement there.
Back on track.
But he really lost that battle because of a spin out. Very tight racing.
That is the beauty of this track. There are a few spots where you can get into trouble hitting walls, but other than that, it's fairly open, and if you have a spin out, you may have a chance to get back into this race.
So we are on board with Lucas now, who is in P2. He did not take a pit stop during the virtual safety car, neither did Gamer, so they find themselves at the very lead of the pack, and he is slowly shrinking that interval from what was 4.5 seconds between himself and Gamer to just 3.6 seconds. And we got a battle happening down there with Josiah and your mom's technician through the final turn, and Josiah does all that battling just to go into the pit stop.
I thought we were going to get a real battle there, but he must have taken some wing damage.
2 pigs still on track after that spin out in P5.
All right, we have some drama for the season standings here. Your mom's technician fighting to get as many points as he can is 3 seconds behind It's Bud So Loud. And he was fighting with Josiah to get that, to hold his position, but Josiah ends up bailing into the pit lane, and Your Mom So Loud now has his work cut out for him because It's Bud So Loud is literally the last person that he wants to score more points than him today.
He's going to have to gain a lot of time per lap to catch up with him in the house. Lots of big intervals here on the track after that virtual safety car. How pivotal of a moment is that at a track like Belgium, where P1 through P4 only 2 of the drivers go into the pit lane, and here we are, lap 13 of 22 at Belgium, and we see Lucas in the McLaren in a comfortable P1 because FGE Green in the Ferrari is 20 seconds behind him after those pit stops.
Yeah, and Rooster, I don't know why he went off into the pit lane because he had P2 secured. He gives up the position to Lucas and now is 4 seconds behind FGE Green in P3, who has given up 20 seconds on Lucas.
So what do we do? What do we do in a situation like this during a race where you see giant gaps across the board? You look at the tightest gap actually being P6 and 7, like you said, and your mom's technician is gaining. He's pushing and gaining.
Yep, and he drained his entire battery. He has nothing left, but he did make up great time. And yeah, we see it's Bud So Loud with battery trouble right now too. This is going to be a fun battle right here.
Your mom's technician currently 1.3 seconds behind Bud So Loud. Another caution pops up in Sector 3. Doesn't look like anybody retired.
We'll see if your mom's technician can take advantage here and close the gap.
Currently hunting. It's Bud So Loud in the Haas, like we've seen so many times this season. Your mom's technician does have a penalty, and Bud So Loud does not at the moment. And Bud So Loud does do a good job of rubbering in a clean race, doesn't he?
He does. He keeps it clean. He races fast. He really does. He's one of those racers that gets slept on. He's in P5 right now. He's in P4 right now on the season. And he kind of snuck into that position and has a chance right here to take a podium stance for the season.
Now, I just looked at the penalties, and Bud So Loud does not have a penalty. Your mom's technician, currently in P7, does have a 3-second penalty. So not only does he need to pass Bud So Loud in P6, he'll have to gap him by 3 seconds, or just get past him and hope Bud So Loud ends up taking a penalty, which he normally does not. Now, speaking of penalties, Walt, talking to Gamer just like an hour before the race, his focus all week, staying clean, because the last 2 weeks in a row, penalties have cost him the first place position.
Yeah, it seems like that's been the name of the game for the entire top of the leaderboard. We've had some really tight races dependent or dictated by last-minute penalties, and these guys have 1 through 4 have kept it clean. So
that's great to see that all 4 of them don't have penalties. Usually at this stage of the race, a couple of them do. So we'll see what happens. And you can see Lucas, speak of the devil, is within 3 seconds of Gamer, right? He's now got that interval down to 2.5 seconds. It was at 4.5 seconds a few laps ago. Lucas knows that he can win a race by staying clean and within that 3 seconds if Gamer should get a penalty again. But with Gamer really honed in on that in practice all week, I expect Gamer to achieve that goal and stay clean and get P1. I think he's very frustrated about the last couple of losses.
I do too. And I would like to point out that Lucas has an advantage on his tires by 2 laps in the McLaren. And Gamer, by the end of this race, those hards are going to be tough to control. So we will see a 2-lap advantage could be huge here.
So penalties and tire advantage. It's what we were hoping it would come down to, as we're here on lap 15 out of 22 at the Belgium GP Motor Droid Racing League Week 9.
Your mom's technician closes the gap on its Bud So Loud to just 0.8 of a second, and we'll see if he can push here and take advantage. But he has had battery trouble. He has not been managing it well, and as we can see, it's Bud So Loud has 60% left on his overtake, and your mom's technician is burning everything he has. He does get DRS here. We'll see if he can take advantage, and he takes the lead.
Great use of the track. Bud So Loud got out of the way, knowing that your mom's technician had the pace in the Williams. Now, Bud So Loud, if he stays clean and within 3 seconds, he'll be fine. Your mom's technician really needs to push the pace if he wants to maintain this P6 position and maintain P3 in the Drivers' Championship for the season.
Yeah, and that's going to be tough for him. He's got 50% battery left, battling against It's Bud So Loud with a full battery. I think that he's going to, on this straightaway section, he's going to have a tough time maintaining his position.
Now, I just watched Lucas pass Gamer because Gamer just took a pit stop. So you were talking about the tire advantage, that Lucas had 2-lap advantage. That means Lucas has to pit, right? Lucas just pushed into P1 because Gamer took a pit stop, Walt.
As we've seen all throughout this season, Gamer finding little advantages in his strategy. We'll see if this one pays off for him.
Or does Lucas push it to the absolute limit on those hards and pencil in 6 more laps? Be very exciting to watch it unfold.
I think Lucas knows that he's in for a tall task. I think he has no choice but to pit here.
Well, he's got 8 laps. Can you go 14 laps on those hards?
You can go 14 laps on the hards, but racing against 8-lap mediums, he does have the time interval. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he stays out and tries to just maintain his pace. He's going to give up some time towards the end of the race, but that's the risk you take.
Now it's 14.3 seconds separating P1, Lucas in the McLaren, P2, Gamer in the Red Bull. What will happen in these final laps? Because right now, if Lucas does take a pit stop, he'd come out in P2, but Gamer would have an easy pass, as that interval is just not quite large enough for Lucas.
Not only are you losing time by staying out on those tires, but you're also risking more chances of mistakes as those tires degrade. If anyone can keep it clean, I think it is Lucas, so he may just take the risk and stay out.
He's staying out on this lap, and Gamer has got that interval down to 13.5 seconds between P1 and P2.
He's going to need to do better than half a second per lap to make up his time against Lucas here. We'll see as his tires get heated up if he can push a little bit faster on this lap.
He's down now, just 12.7 seconds behind. He's making up about a second every lap.
Lucas may start to get scared here and pit.
I think part of Gamer taking a pit stop at that point in time, too, is his effort all week long to maintain penalty-free racing.
He has. He's been in the live chats. They've been practicing all week, and he's been keeping it clean.
Looks like your mom's technician and your bud so loud continue to battle in that P6, P7 area.
Yeah, that's fun. I'm going to go on board with your mom's technician to see if we can catch an overtake here.
Lovely racing between the Williams and the Haas. And right now it's Bud with the advantage because he has a clean race. Your mom's technician behind him by 0.7 of a second and a 3-second penalty. And he gets around him at the same position that he did last time, pointing the track. Your
with
mom's
no
technician
battery
takes
left.
it back. Bud So Loud now in P7, and your mom's technician in P6. Again, penalties come into play there for the final standings. I'm going to hop back up to Gamer, who's now just 10.8 seconds behind P1 Lucas. Lucas is in Sector 3, coming around those final turns, and he's not going into the pits. So this is the strategy. This is the race. Lucas has no choice at this point but to stay out if he wants to battle for P1. He still has too small of an interval, because if he took a pit, he'd come out in probably P3. You got Gamer rubbering in the fastest lap of the race with 144.6, pushing as hard and as fast as he can to catch up with Lucas in the McLaren.
Yeah, and we've talked about your mom's technician this season needing to maintain position in front of. It's Bud So Loud to maintain his position at 3, but we forgot to mention FGE Green, who's in P5 with 35 points. He still has a ways to go.
He's in P3.
But with
for the driver's championship, yeah.
If he takes a podium here and your mom's technician takes a P7, P6, P7, we're looking at FGE Green knocking on the door of taking P3 for the season standings.
Wow, so that's going to be a huge finish for FGE Green. His tire situation is 7-lap mediums. Does he finish the race on those? I guess we'll see. We do see Rooster behind him in P4 at the 3-second penalty. And FGE Green is comfortably ahead of him just by a second.
I think we see everybody finish out this race on the tires they have.
On board with Rooster as he attempts to make a pass on FGE Green to take P3 and hopefully put a 3-second gap on him so he can claim a podium. But that's his only opportunity to get back to the podium for Rooster in the Williams, is to get past FGE Green and get that 3-second gap.
And he's pushing hard here. He does have a chance, and that would be huge for your mom's technician, and it's Bud So Loud for the season standings if Rooster could knock off FGE Green from the podium here.
Oh, there's
Drama
Rooster
tonight in week 9.
There's Rooster trying to get around FGE Green. Had a little bit of a wobble through the final turns. Impressive to me that FGE Green has found his way back up to P3 after that big spin out he had earlier in the race that dropped him down to the leaderboard to like P8.
And that was an untimely mistake from FGE Green that we haven't seen very much from him. So seeing him bounce back from that is very impressive.
Here we are on board with the race lead, Lucas, who has made the bold decision to stay out. Looks like we do have a pass actually by Rooster getting past FGE Green, and now he needs to try to get in front of FGE Green by 3 seconds to avoid losing that podium position. FGE Green just needs to keep it tight and keep it clean. Back to what I was saying about Lucas. We're now on board with the race leader, lap 19 of 22. He's on 11 lap hards, and right behind him is Gamer on 3 lap mediums. And Gamer is 7.2 seconds behind the race lead of Lucas, and he's gonna have to shave 2 to 3 seconds off of each lap, or gain that much on Lucas. Oh, and Gamer just had a costly spin out. It's something we rarely see, gosh. And Gamer has spun out in the Red Bull, and that puts the gap back up to 10 seconds. He had the interval to P1 down to 6.8 seconds, and he spun out, and now the interval's 10.2 seconds. Lucas must notice that on the leaderboard and just be thinking to himself, keep it clean, keep it on track, keep these old-ass tires rubbered in enough to put in clean laps for lap 20, 21, and 22. Here we see the current race lead now 9.6 seconds in front of the Red Bull of Gamer. What a costly mistake.
And we see Rooster get a 2.2 second increase against FGE Green. He needs to get to that 3 second interval.
No, he doesn't. Look at the penalties on my screen. Look at
Rooster just took a penalty as well.
Rooster and FGE Green have penalties, so they'll sit and stay. Bud So Loud picked up a penalty. And that was what your mom's technician needed to get up to P6.
That's what he needed.
And that totally shakes up the Drivers' Championship standings.
That does. That might be what your mom's technician needed to hold P3 on the season standings.
Big race changes happening with penalties and spinouts across the board. It has not been boring at all here in Belgium. And now Bud So Loud takes over your mom's technician down there in P6.
Yep,
that is the tightest
half
battle.
A second on him. We've seen Bud So Loud burn his entire battery, so we're going to see if he can get up there. He does not get DRS, and we'll see if he can pull in a late break here and keep it clean through this tight S-turn.
So we are on board here live with your mom's technician in P7, hunting your Bud So Loud. They have swapped positions maybe 5 times throughout this, battling 6 P. Not only that, battling for P3 Drivers' Champ standings. Gotta love that this will impact not only the race standings, but the driver standings throughout the season.
Yeah, and the only 2 racers that we've seen keep it clean tonight are Lucas and Gamer, who will be looking to finish this entire race with a clean slate.
And man, Gamer was really gaining ground on Lucas to make it a tight battle down to the finish line before he spun out.
Yeah.
You got to feel bad for him after he focused so much on no penalties, and now a spin out is costly. So as we look at Gamer in P2 in the Red Bull, going up the hill here at Spa,
he takes off a second.
Just 2 laps left, 8 seconds behind Lucas. That is lap traffic in front of him. The AI car that accidentally got entered under the Motor Droid name, and he's going to have to battle that.
And we're seeing Gamer take the lead on Lucas?
No, that is him on the lap traffic.
That was on the lap traffic. Sorry.
And now he's 8.3 seconds behind Lucas. I'm going to get up to be on board with Lucas just in case there's some sort of a wobble, mistake, a penalty. Only time will tell.
They're
but
both
right
doing
now,
well managing their battery here, keeping it around 50%. We'll see as he comes around that turn if he can make up some time here.
This really...
Gains 4/10 of a second on Lucas. He's going to need to push a little faster than that to make up 7 seconds, though.
Yeah, we only got a lap and a half left in the race.
He's banking on Lucas making a mistake here.
A big one. Like a retirement.
which on 13 lap hards is very probable at this stage.
It can happen. Now, what does this do for the Drivers' Championship? It makes the battle for first place very tight. I believe Gamer will remain in first place if it lands here with them in a respective P1 and the McLaren and P2 of the Red Bull.
And he spins his tire a little bit. The McLaren coming around that last turn.
But he's
already struggling with his tires. We'll see if he can keep it clean for one more lap.
6.2 seconds ahead of Gamer in the Red Bull. I'll hop back and take a look at Gamer racing around this track. And
now Gamer takes
5.9.
He's 5 seconds or 6 seconds away from Lucas now. He started off with the 10-second interval a lap ago. We'll see if he can make up the rest of the 6 seconds here. If he gets within 3 seconds and Lucas makes a mistake and gets a penalty with those degrading tires, Gamer has a chance to take P1.
That's a lot of time to make up on one lap, but stranger things have happened in Formula One, especially when it comes to sim racing in Belgium. Now you see two pigs down in P6, Bud So Loud, P5. Your mom's technician just got passed by two pigs back down to P7, so that mixed up.
And he's pushing right now. He has DRS. He gets grass on the tires, and two pigs pushes him off the track. I think we're going to see a post-race
debate
put in the chat, and he just destroys the Williams' chance at maintaining his position for the season.
Incredible happening back there. And if you look, as we've been so focused on P1, P2 for the last couple of laps, look at the leaderboard. P8 took a retirement, Josiah, and you got Flacco retired, Max G-Man's retired. So we've had some people crash out. Now we are watching Lucas push through Sector 3. Here he comes. He didn't lead for much of the race, but when it came down to pit stop strategy, that's what ultimately cost Lucas P1. And, cost Gamer P1. Here comes Lucas around the final turn as he approaches the finish line. This is Lucas in the McLaren. He's going to take pole position here at Belgium, and Gamer's going to cross the finish line 3 seconds behind in a P2 position. And now you've got Rooster in the Williams 11. I have been excited all week about the Las Vegas GP. I am ready and here to watch, here to commentate, here to watch the season standings get a shakeup as well as tonight's race.
What are you looking for today, Murph?
I'm just looking for the regular top four to keep it competitive with Lucas, Rooster, Gamer, and FGE Green there at the top after qualifying. And I'm also looking for your mom's technician to make moves and get points. He's been pretty confident all week long as he's put in a lot of practice.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see we had 13 racers going into quali, and we're down to 9. Josiah, with the disqualification, is going to set him back for the season standing.
All right, lights out, and we are racing at the Las Vegas GP as the McLaren and the Williams come off the front of the line. You see, actually, in the Red Bull, Gamer hop up to P3 behind the McLaren, and you see FGE Green go to the inside of Gamer, and he takes P3. Now, the Williams of Rooster pulls away from Lucas and the McLaren, and we see the starting four stay in the same positions as Gamer hopped up to P3 for a moment, only for the switchback to take place on him almost immediately. So there we are, Rooster and the Williams with only 0.3 of a second on Lucas. How many overtakes will we be seeing at Las Vegas? Time will tell. And we are officially off the grid. The lights are out, and the fans are cheering as loud as they can to let these Formula One drivers know they love the sport and they love watching them race. And what do we got with you, Walt?
Well, we have a shakeup here. Josiah was disqualified, but he actually he was able to start the race, and he just overtook two pigs for P5.
Great. I'm going to hop on board with Gamer, who's at the back of the front four, and he is 0.8 of a second behind FGE Green in the Ferrari. Now we're on board with the Ferrari, FGE Green, and we're on board with McLaren, Lucas, who is 0.4 of a second, trying to keep pace with Rooster here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, we have a good battle here. Josiah got taken over by two pigs again, so they're going to play the switch-off game here. We'll see who gets the better of it. Got a little collision right there. Looks like no damage done. And Josiah ends up taking the lead, and he gets passed by your mom's technician. Your mom's technician now in P5. He holds P3 for the season, and he's going to look to maintain his position here. Josiah takes over the inside, and he does not get the overtake. Goes for the pass here, and I think he's going to get it on the outside, and he does.
We're watching Lucas here on lap 2 at the Las Vegas GP, just hunting Rooster in P1. He falls anywhere from 0.4 of a second to 0.8 of a second behind him.
Oh.
He's going to be looking for either a mistake from Rooster or one of them straightaways to finally get a pass. It looks like the battle between FGE Green and Gamer remains tight, as they are just 0.4 of a second off of each other.
Yeah, it's just really clean racing here to start this race. We'll see if this comes down to tire strategy and penalties like it has the last few weeks.
Watching Lucas hunt Rooster, waiting for Rooster to possibly make a mistake, or can he get within DRS on the limited opportunities to pass here in Las Vegas? Lap 2 of 25. There's a virtual safety car already. So what do we see? Collision with Josiah. Gamer and Josiah had a collision, which seems unlikely because they were, 2 positions away from each other. So not sure what happened.
Interesting. Gamer takes the penalty here. We will see what he ends up getting. It could be even a 5-second, depending on how bad the collision was.
There must have been a tight race going on between him and your mom and Josiah.
Yeah, your mom was pushing, and he was getting close to Gamer here, and he needs it for the season. So I think that penalty could really shake things up here as we get later in this race.
Here we are on board with FGE Green, currently in P3 during the virtual safety car.
Gamer is pitting. Gamer is pitting.
He must have took damage.
Oh, he takes the penalty, and he takes the early pit.
Stay on him.
All right, we got also
Lucas.
Josiah in the pit.
Lucas just got a drive-through penalty for speeding to under safety car or passing.
Wow, the rare mistake under safety car from Lucas.
This early in the race on lap 3, we've got a huge shakeup at the top
and
4.
Falco hits the pit as well. Wow, this is a crazy start to this race. Oh my gosh.
The only one
the
with the
leaderboard
clean
is shaking up. Rooster holds P1, Lucas P2, FGE P3, and we got your mom's technician in P4. P2 through P4 all have penalties.
Go ahead and put your detail on penalties to see the seconds that everybody has, because that was a
All 3
huge
of them
shakeup.
got drive-through penalties for speeding under the safety car. That's going to shake things up.
All 3 is Lucas, FGE Green, and your mom's technician, all with drive-through penalties, and Gamer had to pit. So now Gamer's going to have to work his way back up. We are back to racing, by the way. The virtual safety car is over, and Lucas is going to have to choose probably one of the next 3 laps to do that drive-through penalty. And meanwhile, he's still hunting P1 of Rooster, 0.2 of a second behind here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, and we have a short race today. It's only 25 laps. He's going to have to get this drive-through penalty done quick, and
I
he
see
does.
rain.
We do have a little rain. They're going to have to do their drive-through and hope for
Here we see the
another
drive-through.
safety car.
Here we see the drive-through procession of FGE Green, Lucas, and your mom's technician. And I'm going to hop on board with Gamer. There's no real tight racing happening on the track at the back. As they come out of the pits, what will this mean for the race? As you've got 2 pigs now in P2 without penalties, but 10 seconds behind Rooster.
But 10 seconds is a big gap to make up, and he's going to have to play defense against Lucas, who's only 4.5 seconds behind him.
I just saw Lucas picked up another 10-second penalty.
Wow.
He did the
Having
drive-through.
to do the drive-through and not being able to get intermediates right there is gonna shake things up. Actually, nobody pitted for intermediates, so I think there's a big chance we get another safety car, and it could save some of these guys that are way down here 30, 40, 50 seconds off of the top times.
After 10 weeks of racing here in the Motor Droid Racing League, this is the absolute most insane start we've had to a race. With all that mix-up of penalties, now you throw in the rain. When do people pit for different tires? I mean, it doesn't look like it's coming down too hard, Walt. We don't get a lot of information on our screens. But I see drops of rain, and I see nobody on intermediate tires. Am I correct?
You are correct.
Or did Gamer put some on? Check out tires real quick, Walt. See if Gamer put on intermediates, because he took just a regular pit stop to fix damage, not a penalty. And I'll look at Josiah.
Gamer is on intermediates, and it's Bud So Louder on intermediates right now. So they do have the advantage. Gamer is 45 seconds behind the leader.
Look at this.
So he's got a lot of work to do here.
Ooh, and Josiah and Coxu and El Flaco just went racing, and El Flaco kind of turned into him. I don't know if he was wobbling because of the rain, but he got past him. Look at these people on slick tires in the rain while they are sliding around the track. Lucas has a 10-second penalty. I don't know if that was due to the rain or something that happened when he was coming out of the pit lane. But right now, the tightest track remains being raced on track is El Flaco and Josiah. I'm going to hop up to P3, P4. FG Green still hunting Lucas, a position ahead of him by 1.1 seconds. And he's in the Ferrari, and he's getting rained on. They know with their race engineers, how long the race is going to last. I mean, the rain is going to last. We don't. So it looks like it's coming down even harder and harder.
They're going to pit for intermediates, and we have a collision in the pit lane. Oh my gosh.
Who was that, Josiah and El Flaco?
Josiah and El Flaco, and it looks like Josiah just runs into the back of El Flaco.
Well,
no, El Flaco hits the back of Josiah going into the pit lane.
When you want to say, oh my gosh, I don't want you to mute yourself. I want you to say it as loud as you want.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you very much. You were like, oh my gosh. You toned it down.
I did.
Here comes FG Green and P4 still behind Lucas. And we had people making pit stops for different tires. Rooster, the race lead, who's now 13 seconds outpacing the rest of the pack, did not take a piece. He's going into the pits now finally for tires.
And you've seen Gamer lose 2 more seconds off of your mom's technician on the intermediates. You would think with the intermediates against those mediums, he'd be able to make up some time, but he is actually losing time right now.
Stay with Gamer, as he has a chance to pass some people because of these pit stops. We had the top 4 just make pit stops. That's 2 pigs now coming out. Rooster has already exited pit lane, and he exits still P1, sliding around, but now he's got the proper tire, which should make for a better experience on the track. Lucas is in the pit, and he'll come out right now in P3. And we've got, FG Green in P3 wobbling around, and we got Lucas finally coming out of pit lane. Your mom's technician takes a pit. Now, where's Gamer at? As he comes around, is he going to see Lucas right in front of him? Yep. That's Lucas right in front of those. That's the driver's championship right there coming out in front of each other.
Gamer gained 20 seconds off of that pit stop right there, and he is pushing his car to the limit. He's riding his battery down as he comes up on Lucas right here, who is only 2 seconds ahead of him.
So if you look at P4, P5 on the board, that's actually number 1 and 2 tied right now in the drivers' championship standings. So they both have the appropriate tire. Gamer has a little bit older tires with the intermediates. Lucas, thankful to be in front of him by 2 seconds. What will unfold as we hop on board with Gamer? Not a lot of tight racing anywhere else on the track.
Yeah, and Gamer loses a little bit of time right there. I'm not sure if he got shaken up or what.
Get on board with Lucas real quick. There's Lucas in front of him. There you go. So we can see right now the Drivers' Championship. Number 1 and number 2 tied, racing each other, currently in P4 and P5 here at the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Gamer attempting to get within DRS. He's at 0.9 seconds right now down this long strip of racetrack, but not enough to make a pass attempt, as Lucas has some clean braking, and so does Gamer. They're just trying to make it through these S-turns without any type of spin out as the rain continues to pour here in Las Vegas. What a race. And it's only been 7 laps, Walt.
Gamer's done a really good job of closing the gap here. He's only a second behind Lucas now. He closed a 1 second gap or a 2 second gap on him within this last lap. So he's going to look to stay pushing. But like you said, he's on 2 lap older tires than Lucas right now. So that could bite him in the butt here.
It must really be coming down, because even with the intermediate tires, they're sliding. They're sliding all over the place.
This is exactly what we wanted to see here. It's going to test the limits of these drivers and see who actually has put in the time practicing.
Nearly drifting around some of these curves. This is so fascinating. I've heard people kind of joke all week, it doesn't rain in the desert. Well, You spoke too soon. As we see large intervals across the leaderboard, there's still a whole lot of race left, Walt. This is lap 7 of 25. We're not even at the halfway point, and we've had shakeup after shakeup. The question is, will it rain the entirety of these 25 laps? Or will it finally die down and they can get back to some regular tires? But right now it's been raining for about 2 or 3 laps, which would mean it'll take a while for the track to actually dry out even after it stops raining.
Correct.
Lap 8 here at Las Vegas.
FGE Green closing the gap here on 2 Pigs down to just 4.5 seconds and making up time fast as he burns his battery down.
Well, you know what? The best thing 2 Pigs could do for his teammate Gamer back there in P5 is start defending and really push FGE Green and Lucas back.
Yeah, exactly. And 2 Pigs actually is in contention right now for P3. So he's looking to build some points for the season as well. And if he can help his teammate by warding off FGE Green, it actually saves their spot for P3.
He was being sarcastic all night earlier saying he was going to finish last. Well, guess what, 2 Pigs? You're in second place. He is now 6 seconds behind the lead of Rooster. So Rooster must have had a shakeup. He must have had a spin out of some sort because he was 10 seconds ahead and now he's only 6. So
FGE Green and 2 Pigs are really pushing it right now. 2 Pigs takes 3 seconds off his time against Rooster in the lead. And
Green.
there's a lot of race left. We just need to see 2 Pigs take advantage of this and keep it clean.
Man, they are sliding everywhere. Every turn is a definite challenge for these drivers, as I'm sure they practiced all week, but I'm sure they didn't practice for this very much. Nothing can prepare you for the rain in the midst of a race.
Yeah, and going into Las Vegas, you think, hey, I'm in the desert. You're not expecting rain, right? And some of the guys early on in the practice were like, hey, let's practice for rain, and everybody kind of laughed it off, but here we are. Rain in Las Vegas.
Look who's laughing now. It's Gamer, 1.8 seconds still behind Lucas. That is the tightest race on track. Stick around because we're going to have another round of pit stops. We don't know if the rain will ever stop. You're sure to see more mix-ups at the top of the leaderboard. The question of is who and when.
FGE Green takes another 2/10 off of his time against 2 Pigs. He has a lot of work to do, but he is making pace right now.
Yep, and that Ferrari getting through every turn without touching the wall, where he almost did. As it shakes out, he is just about under 2 seconds away from 2. Ooh, and FGE Green is generally a faster driver than Pigs.
2 Pigs struggles going through the S turns right there. He is actually coming up. Oh, wait, no.
That's on some lap traffic.
That's lap traffic right
Got
there.
the blue
I thought he was
flag.
coming up on Rooster. I was like, there's no way.
So FGE Green, Gamer now has a penalty.
FGE Green goes for the pass on 2 Pigs, and he gets it easily.
He does passing the lap
Oh, wait,
traffic.
sorry. I apologize.
That's hilarious. I did that last week. So here, FGE Green is now approaching 2 Pigs with 1.7 seconds between P2 and P3. So you've got FGE Green in the Ferrari and 2 Pigs in the Red Bull trying to keep his dream race alive. Can 2 Pigs do it? The Cinderella story. Currently in P2 in the Red Bull.
How ironic would that be for 2 Pigs to take a P3 podium for the season this year?
Yeah, a P3 podium for the season. And right now he's a P2 in this race, 2 seconds ahead of FGE Green.
FGE Green comes through the last turn here, and he is pushing. He did lose 0.2 of a second through the 3rd sector, and he's going to be looking to take advantage of any mistakes from 2 Pigs, and he's putting the pressure on. I know 2 Pigs is feeling it right now.
Yeah, think about that extra. I mean, as a driver, you either handle it as like, I'm just thankful to be here and the pressure doesn't get to you, or you get in your head and you think, oh my gosh, don't screw this up.
Yep, and 2 Pigs is handling the pressure well as he gains another 0.3 of a second coming through Sector 2. The S-turns got him a little bit right there. He was a little wobbly, but he caught it, and he is still maintaining his gap of about 2.25 seconds
We're
on
looking,
FGE Green in P3.
I think Gamer's really struggling right now. He's trying to get through lap traffic, and so that's put him now 4.8 seconds
Wow.
behind Lucas. He might have had a little spin out as well. We're not quite sure.
Yeah, I was looking at his cam here. I'm on board with him. He did get tied up by lap traffic. He didn't. Who was that? Kagetsushi did not get out of the way in time.
Yep, and
really hurts Gamer's chance of getting up into a podium here.
He's now 4.9 seconds behind Lucas, and he has a new 3-second penalty on his belt. So
If there's anybody that can do it, it is Gamer.
he can drive. He can drive fast, and he can drive well. Let him race. Let him drive. Here we are. Ooh, he kind of locked it up there. Yeah,
almost loses it in Sector 3.
Let's-
Let's go back on board with FGE Green as he tries to make up time, as he is struggling to maintain his pace against two pigs right now.
Everybody's struggling around these turns. I mean, he's within 2 seconds, and the next turn he's behind by a second. So
The only one that
intervals are
looks
hopping
like
all over
he
the
is not
place.
having any problems is Rooster, who is maintaining an 8-second gap on two pigs.
Yeah, here we are.
Oh,
Look at
he hit a little
Ooh, ooh.
he hit the bump there coming through the S turns, and it does slow him down. We'll see if
Everybody.
two pigs can take advantage here and make up some time.
Go ahead and go back on board with Rooster real quick. Let's talk about his race, Walt. He started off P1 off of the grid because he won qualifying, and he's maintained P1 pretty much the whole time, except for the little shakeups during the pit stops. The question for him, can he keep it clean right now and have a good pit stop strategy, as we are now still not halfway through the race. On lap 11, he is just almost spinning out every single turn.
Yeah, and he has struggled with that throughout the back half of this season.
FGE Green's getting close to two pigs. Sorry, keep talking.
And he basically has been in contention for a podium every race, but he has proven that he can't finish in the big times. We'll see if he can turn that stroke of luck around here.
Now, just 0.8 of a second behind is FGE Green hunting two pigs, who's in P2 in that Red Bull. What is
FGE
FGE
Green has been patient, and he's been hunting two pigs. Looks like two pigs made a mistake coming through the S turns, the same place that Rooster made a mistake. But FGE Green capitalizes here and now is within half a second trying to take over P3.
Here in Las Vegas,
P2.
Here in Las Vegas in the rain, the battle for P2 continues between the Ferrari and the Red Bull. Who can do it in the rain on these intermediate tires? Don't seem to be holding up as well as they thought. It is just pouring rain, and we're going to see wet tires throughout the rest of the race. So when they make their pit stops, it's not going to be for slicks. And FGE Green continuing to push two pigs. He just can't get that opportunity to pass because it's so unstable down there, Walt.
It is. I also think that he's just playing it really safe right now. I think he knows he has the battery advantage. He has almost a full battery, so he's going to wait for two pigs to make a mistake, and he burns it right there. Let's see if he can make up some time here and take the lead.
I really think you're spot on that, Walt, just knowing what he knows about two pigs' inability to really finish a race clean. Not necessarily crashing out all the time, but definitely picking up penalties from time to time.
He does. It's been the story of his season and what's kept him from taking that P3 position. He's been in a couple opportunities. Last week, he ends up running your mom's technician off of the track and giving him damage, which costed him for the season.
There he goes. He's
And
making
he
a move to the inside. He's got the pace. He's got the track position, and he's making a pass on two pigs, nearly touching the front wing of Pigs. Can Pigs switch it back? Pigs is on his tail.
They keep it clean there. That was really good racecraft. He waited for that specific straightaway to go for that overtake, knowing he had the advantage on the battery. It made two pigs drain his battery completely, and he's going to have a really tough time keeping up with FGE Green
Two
now.
pigs to the inside. Nothing
Does not
there.
get it.
And here we are, just rain flying off of these Formula One cars. And you could see the overspray hitting the drivers in the face. Think of the intensity. Two pigs trying to keep up, losing a bit of pace, nearly half a second behind. Can he even see with all that rain splashing in his face. Oh, a little bit of a wobble from FGE Green. This continues to be the best battle so far. The power struggle for a P2 position here in Las Vegas. And FGE Green comes over those curbs and the S turns nicely.
I'm impressed by the defense by Two Pigs, but he is coming up on race traffic, and we will see if he can, if he's going to get out of the way. We've seen Katsuchi. God. Kagetsuchi. I feel like I have to say it like
FGE
that.
Green gets past the lap traffic of Josiah as Josiah touches the wall. And now, like you said, Two Pigs getting held up. Josiah's got to get out of the way. He does, but Two Pigs doesn't get in front of him in time, and Josiah gets back between them. Josiah really needs to get out of the way here and let Two Pigs get closer to FGE Green. Oh, he nearly touches the rear end of FGE Green.
Oh,
okay, he gets over. He gets over. Josiah gets over, and Pigs is now right behind FGE Green. There seems to be a miscommunication there because Josiah is now past both of them.
He's still racing.
Oh,
he's still racing, and he causes a collision, and he goes
out.
Oh, my gosh.
FGE Green has been retired from the race.
Was that Josiah or was that Kagetsuchi?
That was FGE Green and Josiah.
Oh, my gosh.
And wow, Two Pigs back into P2. Lucas hops up to P3. This is going to be a safety car. A complete and total clusterfuck.
And that was so unnecessary for Josiah to keep racing right there.
I don't know.
I don't know why he would go for that battle knowing that he's already been lapped.
I have no idea what was going through his mind there.
That's going to cost him the entire season, and it's also going to cost FGE Green a chance to bump up into P3.
Absolutely incredible.
That was completely
race.
uncalled for.
And Walt, we just now hit the halfway point of this race. This has been incredible. So much drama. And I did not expect that to happen. I thought Josiah would get out of the way, knowing better. You know, I know he knows better. And, man, there will be a whole lot of conversation after this race. Two Pigs just picked up a 10-second penalty, Walt. He picked up a 10-second penalty, and he's sitting in P2. So guess who's going to get back in the mix? Lucas and Gamer. Gamer does have a penalty.
Lucas is not the guy you want to give up penalty time to. He is somebody that's going to keep it clean in the rain. And we'll see if he can take advantage here now of this middle of the lap heading into the third leg of this race.
Absolutely
against
incredible.
Two Pigs. And we talked about this earlier. Two Pigs' struggle with keeping it clean late in the race.
After all that good driving. I mean, when there's a close battle like that in the rain, you know something's going to go wrong. I just didn't think it was going to go down that way.
No, I was dead on track and just nah. I don't care, I'm pitting.
He'll be out ahead of me, but I've got warmer inters, so that could give me some good there. But hurry up.
Wow, and that shakes up everything for not only for this race, but for the season. We only have four races left, and FGE Green needed every point that he could get. It's unfortunate that it turned out like this. He deserved better.
There's Pigs finishing his drive-through penalties. He drops down to P3. And look who it is. Lucas in the McLaren finding his way to P2. Now 2 positions ahead of Gamer. So, as it sits now, Lucas would take the lead for the Drivers' Championship on the season. Rooster still comfortably out in a 13-second interval here on lap 15. We've got 10 laps of, I don't know what to expect in the final half of this race after seeing so much happen. We're still under safety cars, so we'll see these intervals drop a bit.
And there's a lot of the pack picking up penalties here.
Yeah, I see that. Here we are, lap 15, still under safety car.
Two Pigs picks up a drive-through penalty. Gamer's at 3 seconds. Flacco has a drive-through, and Josiah with a 3-second. I think he should have gotten much more than a 3-second penalty there.
Disqualified, yeah.
He should have been disqualified from the rest of this race.
Weather report. Weather report.
Man, it's pouring rain out there.
It does not look like it's going to let up anytime soon. Pigs is trying to get around, and I think he can get his drive-through penalty done right here. That would be a big save for him.
After just doing one like a lap ago.
Yeah. We'll see if he can make it there in time for the caution to still be there, and I think he'll... Oh, he doesn't even go into the pit. He doesn't pit.
He must be waiting now. Go ahead and go on board with Lucas up there in P2. Look at this.
P2 Lucas.
That
is the story.
By the time the safety
season.
car is done, look at it. Now he can hunt Rooster.
Rooster has maintained his pace, but Lucas has been climbing up on Rooster's pace this entire race. So I don't know if we're going to see Rooster be able to ward off Lucas.
It'll come down to racecraft.
On the back half of this race. Let's take a look at the tires real quick and see where everybody's at. Everybody's on fresh intermediates. Nobody goes for the wets. That's an interesting choice here. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I would have thought they'd come out with the wets because it is pouring rain. But I guess if they see other people on intermediates, they're just going to follow suit.
They don't want the speed disadvantage.
But still, I think you'd want the traction with how they're sliding everywhere. It's almost like they're driving on ice.
I know I would.
As
I
we
would
look
be
at
going
the
wets here, but they also have a lot of time left in this race. We still got 9 laps left. The wets would have stayed solid longer, but maybe they're thinking the intermediates are gonna last the rest of this 9 laps, and they'll be able to have enough traction to push.
maybe the team didn't even bring wets because it's Vegas.
It is Vegas.
Now we're waiting for the virtual safety car to end. I'd imagine it's in on this lap. Look what's going to happen. There's teammates, P3, P4, Red Bull, of Gamer and 2 Pigs. Do you think they'll do some team orders and let Gamer get past 2 Pigs right away to hunt Lucas? What do you think, Walt? Will they go with team orders and let it pass? Gamer pass?
I think that would be the wise decision. Either way, both of those racers, they're gonna need Gamer to take. They're gonna need Gamer to take P2 in order to maintain the season standing for Gamer. But from a strategy perspective, you may see him allow 2 Pigs to keep the lead there in order to get 2 Pigs up into P3 so they can have a Red Bull P2, P3 for the season.
Yeah, I think if I was them, I'd let... Okay, and we are racing. Virtual safety... Oh, no, wait, my bad. It looked like the virtual safety car was going in.
They did look like
We've got
they were going
another
up to
lap.
race pace.
We've got another lap of safety car. I love the fact that these final laps, 7 laps, are going to come down and look at the intervals. Your mom's technician up there in P5, and he's part of the conversation. Oh my God, Walt! I can already see the future. Gamer's going to get past 2 Pigs. Your mom's technician is going to have to battle 2 Pigs, and after what happened between those 2 last week, oh man,
got a revenge battle coming.
Will 2 Pigs be extra careful?
We've also seen
Because
your
of
mom.
the lesson learned.
We've also seen your mom
Oh, there's
be a
some
little
contact.
vindictive throughout the season. And when there is bad blood and things start to go wrong,
Could be a dive bomb.
your mom could really just play aggressive and a little bit salty for the rest of this race.
Yep. So safety car has got to be coming in. It is still pouring rain here in Las Vegas. Lap 17 of 25. Huge mix-up in the Drivers' Championship with standing after this race. And let's see how this will shake up. We'll want to be looking at Lucas. We'll want to be watching. You can watch P3, P4. I'll watch P1, P2 as this gets going under safety car. And
This is
wind
gonna be
and-
fun to watch the rest of this. They're taking a really long time to get this caution done, and this safety car may go another lap.
I hope
We
not.
have a little bit of tire rub there from Lucas and Two Pigs.
I already saw them contact a couple of pieces of contact between those two during this safety car. Plenty of conversation to be had about that, I'm sure. Safety car is in this lap. As in this lap 17, please, Lord, help us. They're going to go racing as the safety car goes in. It's going to come down to who can recognize that the race speed has been met. It'll be up to Rooster and P1 of the Williams to start racing. Let's get on board with somebody in like P4 over there,
Yep.
Walt.
Yep, I'm on
Watch
game.
the top 4 from Gamer, but get on. Yeah, there
I'm
you go.
on board with Gamer, who's a second and a half behind Two Pigs as we get to the end of this safety car.
And we are racing. The Williams of Rooster has decided to accelerate the race before the start-finish line, and here they go battling. You can see McLaren and Two Pigs back there, and Rooster pulling away nicely.
Two
and
Pigs
Lucas
goes
spins
off
out.
the track.
And Lucas spun out a bit there around that same turn.
Lucas goes, wait, who was that?
It's either Red Bull or Gamer back there behind Lucas.
Yeah,
no, I
no.
mean Two Pigs.
Red Bull and Two Pigs are both still good. Was that your mom's tech? No, who dropped?
Josiah dropped completely out of the
Oh.
race. He got a DNF, so he crashed out.
Josiah goes out.
And we've
Why
got
was he
another
even
caution.
Up in front of them?
We got another caution.
Josiah runs off
another
the track
safety car.
and causes another safety car. We're gonna have a really tight race.
At the
I'm
very
sure they're
end.
actually okay with this. They're keeping their tires fresh for longer.
It's an easier way for them to finish, I guess. But
We are
but
gonna
we're
have wheel-to-wheel battles
for like
going
2
into the
laps.
last few laps of this race.
for like 2 laps.
Josiah did run off outside of the track. I would assume this is a much quicker safety car than the last one.
Okay, good. And it does look like they're getting up to speed a lot faster. I don't see a virtual safety car or a safety car in front of them. So they're just very uneventful last few minutes of the race just because of safety cars. But I guess that's what happens when you have a race that is completely nuts for the first 11 laps
Yeah.
in the rain in Las Vegas.
We have seen some tight racing from a lot of these guys. The story of today has been Two Pigs and really outperforming his standard tonight.
We see still a caution flag being waved as the Williams of Rooster and P1 for the large majority of the race continues to maintain that position. You've got Lucas in a P2 right behind him, waiting for racing to get underway once again so he can challenge for P1 position.
And we are not.
Your mom's
racing.
technician passes Gamer for a moment back there. Gamer's in the pit, that's why. So Gamer just took pit stop. Check out Gamer real quick. What's he doing back there?
Gamer's going on. He's pitting for new intermediates
So he's
right
gonna
now,
have.
and he drops down to P6 coming out
I
of the
think
pit here.
that could be a decent decision because he'll have very fresh tires on people that are sliding around the track once we go racing again.
Yeah, and as he comes out the pit, we'll see if he can make up time here. He's not going to be able to pass Flacco, but he's going to have to make up 13 seconds in order to get back into top 5.
That's a whole lot of time to make up.
It is, but
in
we
the
are under
rain.
safety car, and I think he's going to do it here.
Let's see where he comes out and what he can do once the racing gets underway again.
He has all cold tires covered out here, so he's going to have to warm them up on this first lap.
I wonder if he did that on accident again.
He did do that last week where he pitted on accident. And it ended up ruining his entire race.
Yeah, his chance at winning.
He
Still
did
under safety car in Las Vegas. That's the theme of the race so far.
He did still take a P2 even with his mistake last week.
Man, I'm feeling a little just tired from the that first half of the race.
It's
man.
been a dramatic
nuts.
race so far. I think everybody needed a little breather.
And we did the most, and we're not even driving.
And we're seeing your gamer right now closing the gap here. He's only about a second behind Flacco.
By the time he gets past Flacco and your mom, we could be on lap 24 or 25
Yeah, I think so.
because of these weather conditions.
We have seen Flacco make some mistakes late in the race too, so we'll see if he can keep it clean. He's on 4-lap intermediates. And
Rooster pitting.
yeah, I think they all
Wow.
saw Gamer. I think they all saw Gamer get on fresh tires and like
Okay.
this strategy. And Gamer's strategy has. Oh, Gamer picks up a penalty.
No good for Gamer, as we see Rooster, who's been the race lead, taking a pit stop. He claimed he did.
Gamer. Oh, Falco takes a drive-through, and so does Two Pigs.
Wow. Too
That's
much
gonna shake
contact.
things up here.
Too much contact
With
happening
only 5 laps left.
during these safety cars, and we see Lucas hop up into P1. Now, he had the bold strategy last week to stay out on hard tires a little bit too long, but I guess you can't call it too long when you take home first place.
Yeah.
So he made a great strategy decision and stayed out on 11-lap hards and finished on 15 laps on those tires and won the race. How many laps does Lucas have on his current tire? He's like 5 or 6 probably on these intermediates.
He is on 6 laps, and he still has 5 left. That's going to be pushing those intermediates.
Well, look at Rooster went on mediums. Rooster's went on mediums like it's going to stop raining soon.
It does look like the rain has slowed down, but it is still coming down.
The
and
track's
that
gonna
track
be
is
wet.
not going to be dry by the end of this race.
Yeah,
so.
that track has got to be wet.
I also, if you look at the track, there is a dry lane.
Because
they have
of-
kicked up a bunch of the water, but it is still coming down. So it's going to, I don't know. It's a risky strategy, but it might pay off for him here.
I don't know what to expect. I don't know if Lucas will pit. It doesn't look like it because he's actually trying to drive some heat and temperature into those tires. Interesting that they came out on a medium tire, hoping they can just use that racing line as a dry section of the track. But it's still raining pretty good as we're on board here with Lucas, lap 20. Another safety car. That's our third this race.
He stays out on those lap 6 intermediates, and he's still going back and forth and keeping those tires hot.
Yeah, he is. He's ready to take home a win in what has been a chaotic race. He started the race P4 or P3. No, actually, he started the race
If
P2
Gamer can be held off,
next to Rooster.
if Gamer could be held off, this would really create a big gap from P1 to P2, and we're going to need to see Gamer pick up 1 or 2 P1s
After
by the
the-
end of this season
throughout
in
the
order
rest
to
of it.
stay in contention.
Yes, indeed. I love that it's dramatic as we see these guys. We've now watched more safety car laps than clean laps, almost. I don't know. I hope he goes in on this lap. It should. Lap 21 of 25. Everybody's had a chance to pit. The order is shaken out. We see Lucas half second ahead of the Red Bull of Two Pigs. It's fun to see the name Two Pigs in second place
It is.
for
It
quite
is.
so much of the race. I think you said it. Yeah, he's got a drive-through penalty. So with the drive-through penalty of Two Pigs and the
P5.
drive-through penalty of Flacco, we will see Rooster and Gamer get back up there. Rooster is now past Gamer, and Gamer has a 3-second penalty. So Gamer's got a rough road ahead to try to get back towards podium. Well, he's P6 right now.
Yeah.
And a presumptive P4 after those guys do the drive-through penalties ahead of him.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if that stop for those tires. Oh, Gamer stops. Gamer stops for mediums as well.
What in the world is going on? Gamer is now stopped for mediums
as well.
after
He
just
knows he
changed
has a
to
lot of time to
intermediates.
make up, and his season depends on getting a podium here.
Incredible. I gotta. This is gonna be one of the most interesting post-race interviews that we could have, because I wonder if some of them didn't make a mistake. Maybe he meant to put on mediums last time, and he did. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what is going through these drivers' minds after what has been an absolutely insane race here at the Las Vegas GP.
I think some of this pressure has gotten to their heads, and you're starting to see them make interesting decisions and take risks.
It's almost like nobody knows what the hell to do. Like we
got some guys staying out on 7-lap intermediates, and we got some guys pitting for fresh mediums at the end of this race. The rain is still coming down.
And Gamer is still in that P6 position, just behind Rooster. The two men that are on mediums here.
I think now at this point, everybody's just hoping to get back to racing here.
And we are back to racing. We are back to racing with Lucas in front in the McLaren and 2 pigs behind him, and your mom's technician in P3.
We are not back to racing.
We see a little bit of a wobble. We are back to racing.
Okay.
They have come up to speed, and you can see they're using their battery and everything. So
yep.
If you look, you got Lucas in the race lead. What is the tightest interval? What's happening in P3, P4?
Yeah, P4 is about a second behind your mom's technician in P3. If your mom can hold P3 here, this would be really good for his season, but I do not actually, it would hold off 2 pigs from taking over P3 for the season.
Fantastic.
If he holds P3.
What a fantastic shakeup it's been. Tell me what's going on with Gamer and Rooster real quick.
Yeah, Gamer is 3 seconds behind Falco here, and Rooster is coming up on him.
So we see Gamer in P5, Flacco P4, your mom's technician P3, 2 pigs in P2 still.
Yeah.
And
Flacco's doing really good, taking advantage of this stop here to get P4, and he is right on the tail of your mom in P3.
Check out your mom's technician. Get on board with him as he's trying to pass 2 pigs. He is within 0.7, within a second, and approaching a pass for P2. And with Pigs' penalty, which I believe, Pigs has a drive-through penalty. So if your mom's technician could just maintain his pace and remain patient, then he'll go ahead and jump up into P2 for your mom's technician. That'd be his highest finish of the season.
That would be awesome to see him stack on some confidence and some points for the season, because he is not out of it. If he takes P1s for the rest of the season, oh my gosh, we see
2 pigs is going through the drive-through penalty. He's got to serve his penalty, so your mom's technician hops up to P2.
And we have 2 pigs now. We'll see where he comes out here from the pit.
And we have Gamer now hopped up to P3. So Gamer finds podium. He finds podium again.
10 seconds behind P2.
Rooster's in the pit again.
But he does have mediums, and he looks like he is comfortable on the... Oh, just as I say that, he spins out and loses his position to It's Bud So Loud. We have not seen It's Bud So Loud in the top 5 or in below top 5 in quite some time.
Very well done. And Gamer maintains a position of P3
and
even though he spun out.
2 pigs takes over Gamer right here on his 8-lap intermediates to take over, and he's 13 seconds behind your mom's P2. So if your mom's technician can keep it clean for 2 more laps, he will take a P2.
Now we see a battle unfolding between teammates. Gamer just got passed by Bud So Loud. So you're on board with Gamer. We're watching Gamer he's on mediums and sliding all over the place. That's what's happening to him.
Yeah, he is just struggling, getting control of those. It's still raining. There is a dry lane on the track, but even with that, it's wet. Like, you can't avoid that. He can't get acceleration out of the corners, and he's having trouble braking. So this is going to potentially be detrimental to Gamer's season here.
This has been an absolute shit show and so fun to watch. Flacco is now crashed out. So we only have 7 drivers left after the chaos of the Las Vegas GP. We're on the second to last lap here, lap 24-25.
And Gamer's pushing, making up time on It's Bud So Loud here. 2 seconds behind him, and It's Bud So Loud is 2 seconds behind 2 pigs, who's in P3. So 2 pigs really needs to get in front of him, because It's Bud So Loud is in contention for that P3 spot, and they are fighting for P4 right now.
This is not a podium we would have predicted at the beginning of the race wall. Look at this. Lucas, P1. 2.7 seconds ahead of your mom's technician of the Williams in P2, and 2 pigs, the Red Bull, in P3. Normally, when we see a Williams up there, it's Rooster.
It is.
And when we see Red Bull up there, it's Gamer. And the teammates have persevered thus far, and Gamer is going to be stuck back there in P5.
Yeah, he's
behind
losing
it's Bud
time.
So Loud. He got those medium tires, and they did not do him a favor at all. If he would have just stayed with those fresh intermediates, man.
Yeah, he
coulda-
probably
coulda
would
had a
have been
chance to
doing okay
compete.
right now.
So here we are, watching your mom's technician potentially take his best finish of the season, as well as Two Pigs. Does Two Pigs have a podium this year? I don't think so.
Two Pigs.
I know your mom's technician does.
Two Pigs has been in contention for a podium a couple times, but he's dropped down. He's normally finishing in that top 10 range. He's had a couple P5, 3 P5s this season. Last week he took P5, and it was off of a suspect decision to go into a battle with your mom's technician. It is good to see your mom's technician doing really well. He is a crowd favorite, and he is somebody that we are rooting for as we head into the last 4 races to see if he can really push the pedal to the metal here and make a run for P1 or P2 for the season.
All right, now get on his external camera. I'll be on Lucas's external camera. We'll watch P1, P2 cross the finish line first. And we see Rooster
We are
actually,
on the last lap. I do see a caution. Okay, it goes away.
and we do see Gamer actually got passed by Rooster. He's down to P6 now. They're both on mediums, probably just sliding all over the place. Let's see, can Lucas and your mom's technician keep it clean? We're watching P1 and P2. The McLaren of Lucas and the Williams of your mom's technician, with Two Pigs 16 seconds behind your mom's technician. So this is almost a definite podium finish. Watch Bud So Loud,
Bud So Loud is
trying to
coming up.
press
Yeah,
Two
he
Pigs
is.
a bit.
He is.
Lucas gets off the curb with just a little bit of his floorboard kicking up. But
Oh,
very
and
clean.
it's Bud So Loud hits the wall as he comes around that corner.
Oh, no.
That's going to ruin his chances of getting P3 here.
And we're watching Lucas find his way around the track there through Sector 3. And here comes Lucas on his way to a 3rd straight podium as he comes across the finish line here at the Las Vegas GP. He now takes a more commanding lead of the Drivers' Championship as he gets across the finish line here in Week 10 of the Motor Droid Racing League. There it is in the McLaren. It's Lucas taking P1 and your mom's technician 5 seconds behind in the Williams, attempting to take P2, and he does it with Two Pigs now. A surprise finish for the Red Bull of Two Pigs, 16 seconds off of the race lead after all the drama and chaos of the Las Vegas GP. There he comes, and he crashes out shortly after crossing the finish line to take his P3 in style. Bud So Loud in P4, sneaky finish for him. Rooster in a P5, and Gamer, his worst finish we've seen all season long,
Yeah,
down there in P6.
I wonder if Gamer accidentally pitted again. We're gonna have to see in the post-race interviews.
If he was accidentally did that, then he wouldn't have any intermediates left to use, so he had no choice maybe.
Yeah.
But to go to mediums, that'll boggle my mind until we talk to him. What a race, Walt. From
that was fun.
the time they said go, it was drama through the first 12 or 13 laps, followed by about 10 laps.
we see him crash out before he even gets to the finish line. Oh no, he does cross. He crossed.
Following about 10 laps of safety car. It all comes down to tire strategy and luck and skill in the rain as they just slid around these S-turns and nearly wiped out every single time. What a drive, what a race, what a season we have underway. Here we are, the formation lap, week 13, Abu Dhabi, the championship race, the final race of the inaugural season of the Motor Droid Racing League. We don't have to wait much longer to find out who will take home the first place trophy between Gamer and the Red Bull starting P2 today, and Lucas in the McLaren starting P3, and the newcomer, Earl Wipeout, in the other McLaren starting P1. The lights are lighting up. It has come time to go racing, and with the lights going out, they're out, and we are racing here in Abu Dhabi, the final race of the season, getting decided right in front of our eyes as Gamer takes off and almost manages to take P1 immediately from Earl Wipeout in the McLaren, and Gamer still sitting in P2. It looked like Lucas had a bit of a tussle in P3, but he maintains and stays there in P3 position. So no change up between the top three. Have you seen any action, Walt? The back of the pack.
We have a lot going on down here. Josiah gets the overtake early and now is battling for P4 against the Lambs Raw. He did come out on those softs, and it proved to have an advantage against these mediums coming out of the gate. We have two pigs battling right now for that P5 spot. Goes for the overtake, does not get it. Your mom's technician drops down 2 positions on turn 1. It's Bud So Loud maintains his spot and is able to overtake. I think your mom's technician just went a little oversteery on his setup, and I think he might struggle today.
Paying the price already right off the grid. He's in P9. Now we're still looking at this top 3. Just 0.3 to 0.5 of a second between them at any given time and point on the track. So Gamer and Lucas just hunting down Earl Wipeout, the newcomer, to try to battle not just for P1 tonight, but for P1 on the season and take home the first ever trophy. And then we see a spin out back there, a little bit of a shuffle, but nobody crashed out. So everybody survives lap 1. That's a good sign for the racing here. We're on lap 2 of 29 as the McLaren sandwich that Red Bull, and they're just flying around the track. What's going on with 2 pigs down in P6 now? So he lost position. Oh, this is just going to be a steady race here between these top 3 until somebody finally has the battery and the straightaway to make a pass, or will it be a mistake? What's happening at the middle of the pack?
Yeah, we got Max G-Man's trailing behind Josiah and 2 pigs, and he goes for the overtake, or Josiah lost his position to 2 pigs here. They've been battling and switching back and forth this entire first 2 laps of this race. We're in for a good battle today.
We see Gamer now 0.2 of a second going to the inside, making a pass attempt.
He
had a track position easily, and now he is getting past that McLaren, just separated by mere inches. They did not touch, and the McLaren's charging back through these final turns. What does he have left? Earl Wipeout. It's our first time watching him, so we don't even know the capabilities of him as a driver, which makes it even more intense to watch live.
We got 2 pigs right now. He has the battery advantage against Josiah. He's sitting in a P6 spot, and he is trying to go for that P3 spot for the season. So we'll see if he can take over right here on this straightaway. He does have the advantage, and I think he might get it.
2 pigs.
He takes him on the outside, and he gets the position. We'll see if he can hold off Josiah on this next straightaway.
We now have a 0.8 of a second gap between Gamer and the Red Bull and Earl Wipeout McLaren.
It's Bud's technician and Josiah, both DNF. I think they crashed out.
We're going to see
your mom's technician now in P6.
And he looks to be going slower, so we have a safety car now been issued already. Here, lap 3, it's Bud So Loud, just wiped out, which means your mom's technician just has to finish the race, and not have pigs get P1.
If pigs gets like P3. A P4, I think, and your mom's technician gets in that bottom 3, that could prove. Oh wait, no, 2 pigs is like 20 points behind. So yeah, he definitely needs to see your mom's technician drop out of this race.
So your mom's technician's journey to securing P3 for the season just got a little easier with Bud So Loud crashing out.
Yeah, and
Josiah.
Also 2 pigs' dream scenario is 50% through. So they both just got what they wanted.
Yep. Incredible what's taking place. We now see the leaderboard with just 10 drivers, started with 11. First safety car already on lap 3. And they're back to racing already. So it was a virtual safety car now called off. And we see Gamer flying around the track. He is now P1, 0.5 of a second ahead of Earl Wipeout in the McLaren, and a full second and a half ahead of Lucas, who's in P3 in the other McLaren. Nobody pitting on that virtual safety car, so no big shakeups. Flacco took home a penalty. It's a drive-through penalty, so he'll probably stay P9 for quite a while.
Now we got a battle down here at the bottom of the pack between Chef Yum, who's a newcomer today, against Max G-Mans.
Yeah, I asked Chef Yum if he's actually a chef, And he said he cooks, and I said, well, good. We've got some lamb that's raw.
Well
We've
played,
got good
sir.
because the lamb is raw. Here we are watching Gamer. Currently, if he could just finish in this position, takes home the trophy in the inaugural season. I see another caution.
How about Lucas dropping back to almost a second and a half here behind Earl Wipeout?
I'm curious to know what's causing that, or if he's just trying to save tires right now.
Yeah.
He is a very much a driver that likes to maintain and conserve his tires until a later time in the race, and that could be a part of his strategy, as we see Gamer typically take the first pit stops trying to set the pace. But
As we've
Lucas has
seen-
won on that before.
Yeah, as we've seen throughout the season, the tire strategy has proven to be the difference maker early on from Gamer with immaculate tire strategy, struggled at the back half of the season. And Lucas, who really couldn't find his ground with his strategy middle of the season, has really raced a perfect strategy for the last 4 or 5 races.
He really has, and now we see another caution because El Flaco's crashed out. We are now down to 8 drivers here on week 13. The final race of the league. Season 1 is underway. Lap 5, another safety car, probably another virtual safety car, hopefully, so it's quick. Let these guys race. Let them drive. Quit crashing out. Keeping the intervals tight, though, by having these safety cars.
They are. That's going to help Two Pigs here, or I mean the Lambs Raw, who really has lost a lot of time on Lucas. Hopefully he can climb back a little bit closer, shave off that 8.5 second time.
We do see a battle probably coming up between your mom's technician and Two Pigs, as your mom's technician is just 0.8 of a second behind Pigs.
Yep, the Lambs Raw doing exactly the opposite of what he wanted to and losing another second, almost 2 seconds off of his time.
I really think you got to have, final race of the season. What's a race in the Motor Droid Racing League without a battle between Pigs and your mom's technician? Now Gamer, the first to take a pit stop. So he's going into the pit. All the top 3 go into the pit. Here they are, getting a new set of tires and heading back onto the track here on lap 6.
Yeah, we'll probably see mostly everybody take a pit stop here, take advantage of some free tires.
Everybody at the top of the leaderboard taking fresh mediums, while Lucas takes fresh hards. So does Lambs Raw. So P1, P2 take the fresh mediums. P3, P4 take the fresh what?
Fresh hards.
Fresh hards. Here in the Motor Droid Racing League.
Yeah.
Week after week, fresh hards.
Come here for your fresh hards.
Cigarette brand. Can I get a pack of fresh hards? Lap 6. Another safety car. This time we're going to be doing this for a few laps. Everybody taking the opportunity to make a pit stop except for Chef Yum, the newcomer in the Alpine. He's on 5-lap mediums. He'll have another chance to pit. We'll see if he takes it.
I wonder if Josiah took It's Bud So Loud out because
those two crashed out at the same time.
They did at the same time, and we've seen Josiah have a questionable history in decision making when it comes to either playing defense or going for an overtake. So it'll be interesting to see in the chat afterwards.
Yeah. I mean, Bud So Loud is DNF'd his fair number, I think. Or does he typically finish? He does typically finish the race.
So It's Bud So Loud It's Bud So Loud. This his first retirement was last week.
Okay.
He only DNF'd
that time.
one other time in Miami in week 2.
Okay, so he's only DNF'd twice.
He's been a clean driver. So, being the fact that Josiah has retired like 4 or 5 times,
Safety
I would
car
say
not
that
yet
he
in.
probably is the culprit.
be
We'll
incredible.
see.
It'd be incredible to have 22 laps of just racing.
I don't know. But this does happen in real races, like. But we're doing what? Quarter races, or are we doing halves right now?
Half.
Yeah. So.
Here we are in Abu Dhabi, week 13, and people are warming up. These drivers are warming up their tires, getting ready for the second race restart.
Yeah,
Already.
this is a dream scenario for that middle of the pack, being able to cut down on the interval and get another chance at it.
You want to talk about dream scenarios? Talk about Gamer having another McLaren between himself and Lucas.
Yeah.
He's now got defense, and Earl Wipeout just joined the league. So
did.
that's a blessing right now for Gamer to have somebody driving right in between himself and his main rival for the Drivers' Championship.
Gaber
So,
setting the pace right now.
the most exciting part of the race is probably going to be the next round of pit stops because they're on differing tire strategies.
We have seen also through these cautions, these safety cars can prove to, especially in that middle and back of the pack, prove to cause issues. And we've seen on these longer ones, sometimes we get a collision, some wing damage.
Penalties.
We've even had,
Lots
yeah,
of
we've
penalties.
had lots of penalties, drive-throughs. So just because we're at safety car does not mean that you are safe.
There's still danger. Oh, and we are now racing as the safety car is in, and Gamer is setting the pace at the front of the pack on fresh medium tires. Lucas off the track there.
He likes taking that spot wide. I think that's part of his.
Oh, so that's not considered off
Nope.
track.
Yeah, you can take that part of the track. It might help him keep his speed. I'm not sure.
Either way, it seems to be working for him enough to stay in P3, and Gamer just maintaining a good pace to stay in P1 ahead of Earl Wipeout in the McLaren. Other tight intervals on the track as you look down the pack, and look, we see Gamer get passed by Earl Wipeout to the inside. So Gamer now back down to P2. Can he switch it back? He doesn't have what it takes to switch it back right away.
What a move.
Great move by the newcomer, Earl Wipeout in the
Yeah.
McLaren.
Well, it let Lucas shave about a half a second from them going through that battle. So Lucas may take advantage here.
This is a time to strike if you're in P3 in that McLaren to try
Yeah.
to get in between.
Gamer has the clear advantage when it comes to the battery
And the tires at the moment.
and the tires. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Gamer make a move, try to take advantage of the advantage he has right here.
All right, we're coming around that final turn and onto the straightaway. Does Gamer have the attempt to pass? DRS is now enabled, and he goes to the inside. He doesn't have a good look at it. Didn't seem to find the pace, so he's just going to sit back comfortably in P2
Yeah, and
and
Lucas
await his next attempt. Lucas just staying close enough. He basically, because of these intervals, would have to pass both of them at the same time. We'll see what shakes out as we go round and round at Abu Dhabi, just 9 laps in, 20 laps left to decide the championship for the season.
round and round. Your mom's technician goes for the overtake. Two Pigs doesn't get it.
Here's the battle we've been
We'll see
waiting
if
to
he
watch.
can get the switch back here. And he
Touches
goes
tires.
outside. I think that was an accident there.
A little bit of touch tires. He looks to have some wing damage. He may have to fix that, and Gamer goes to the inside. Gamer's to the inside here. Race lead is changing hands. No, Earl Whitehead
Oh.
defends off. Oh, they're touching, and they both survive a little bit of a dust-up, and I believe, yep, Gamer's going to have to sit back into P2 after that pass attempt.
And Two Pigs wards off your mom's technician now and is comfortably about a half a second in the lead in that P5 spot. More drama to come.
Oh,
Max
and he
G-Mans gets close. Tries to make a move here on this straightaway. Does not get it.
And we are watching these top three stay within 0.2 of a second. All the way around the track, and Gamer goes to the
Gamer-
inside again. He has the track position this time, and he cleanly takes the lead. And Earl Wipeout keeps fighting back, and he takes the position back. It's switchback after switchback between the Red Bull and the McLaren, with the Drivers' Championship on the line between second place and third place right now. And Gamer goes to the outside. He still does not have the exact amount of track left to get past Earl Wipeout. He is just fighting, and Earl won't budge.
I think we're watching Lucas just sitting back here, managing his tires. He is pushing, though.
Gamer
He
goes
is
to the
burning
outside
his
again, and
battery.
he cleanly gets the track position easily that time. And now he reclaims P1 here at Abu Dhabi on lap 10.
Both of them have spent batteries. Lucas is struggling, but he has about 15% more on his. We'll see if he is able to have enough to push through. He's close to DR. Is it half a second for DRS?
Yep.
Yeah,
No, within a second.
Within a second, yeah. He's in DRS zone. He can maintain this pace.
Now, currently, Earl Wipeout just stays so tight with Gamer, and I think that's just the nature of this track. You have your passing opportunities, and then you're turning, and turning until you got one more pass opportunity.
Lucas is going to have a chance here to really make up some time. As those two battle it out, they're burning their battery down, and Lucas has been harvesting.
And they're burning their tires. Plus, we
And
know
he
Lucas
closes the gap here. We'll see if he can get a clean exit.
Now, think about this, too. Lucas just needs to stay within a second. He's going to pass them when they pit stop before him, and Earl Wipeout goes to the inside. He has the pace to get around Gamer. Wow, wonderful racing happening between P1, P2, and Lucas
Gets a great exit right there.
He's got
Closes the gap 0.3 of a second behind.
Lucas has the best view of any of us, as he just gets to sit back and watch those two battle, burn up their tires. They'll pit stop before him, and then he'll be race lead on those hards.
Lucas does go to the inside on Gamer. Does not get it there.
Oh, and they touch. Lucas touches his front wing to the rear end of Gamer, and he gets to it to the inside. He took that lead.
Oh.
He takes P2, and now Red Bull goes off the... Lucas is off the track. And where do they shake out? It shakes out to be Lucas now in P2, which could potentially be the move of the race to take the Drivers' Championship as they round the final turn. Does Gamer have anything left in the tank to try to take his P2 position back? What a move by Lucas in the McLaren.
Yeah, he was waiting patiently, saw the opportunity, managed his battery so well as those guys just fought it out, and he's in a commanding position right now to take over P1 and extend the lead as these guys push their mediums probably about six more laps, and he's going to keep those hards going.
Now we see the two McLarens in the P1 and P2. And Red Bull Gamer just trying to hunt Lucas back. This is what it all comes down to, folks, is the battle for league supremacy.
Oh, your mom's technician goes for the overtake on Two Pigs and gets it. Two Pigs going for the switchback, and he's not going to have enough room there. We'll see if he can get it at the back half of this S turn, and he gets DRS. And goes for the overtake on the outside and gets it back from your mom.
Well done by Two Pegs. He's kind of the king of the switchbacks in this league. Over the course of the season, we've seen him do it time and again. But your mom's technician will not give up easily.
Not enough in his tank right now to make a push for it.
Now we watch the two McLarens and the Red Bull just chasing each other around the track here at Abu Dhabi as we enter lap 13. And we are nearing the halfway mark of this race. Soon to see pit stops and soon to see it all change right in front of our eyes. And we're going to find out tonight who takes home the first place trophy of the Motor Droid Racing League Season 1. Gamer just staying within a half second this entire time of Lucas. Earl Wipeout maintaining P1 for the majority of the race so far. I think Lucas is going to be making a pass attempt.
Your mom's technician struggling to get around that turn. He gets DRS still, but it's not going to be enough to get the overtake.
Gamer's going to the inside of Lucas. He didn't have enough track left to complete the move. Oh, he goes to the outside, and he's got the tire position. Yep, he is in front of Lucas now, reclaims P2. And he is flying just 0.3 of a second between him and P1 of Earl. Wipeout, and Lucas maintaining, a tight enough gap to maybe make another pass. But they've now exchanged positions again.
And we just saw some amazing defense from Two Pigs. Your mom's technician goes for the overtake. Two Pigs with the defensive move and maintains his position.
Same story as it has been all race. These 2 McLarens and 1 Red Bull at the top of the pack fighting for the podium. And we're on lap 14. Any other tight intervals out there? Your mom and Two Pigs just keep on battling. And so do the 2 McLarens and the Red Bull.
Two Pigs is very impressive right now.
He's been putting in a lot of work.
He really needs to close that gap between him and the Lamb's Raw, and that puts him in a real chance to take away this position from your mom's technician.
We are looking at the wing of the Red Bull as he's chasing down P1 of Earl Wipeout. He's got to get in front of him and put some space between himself and his rival.
Your mom's technician goes for the overtake on the outside, gets it, and he is going to need to make a clean S-turn because Two Pigs
king of the switchback
is known to get his switchbacks.
Oh, and he's going to have a straightaway to
Your
do it.
mom's technician
Takes it
loses
right
the
back.
position right back.
That is exactly what keeps happening here in the top 3. Great racing action taking place here in Abu Dhabi. What more can you ask for when it comes to the championship final race of the season? And we're just waiting to see who makes the first move. If I was, Lucas in P3, I'd just stay happy back there and stay tight on the P2 position and let myself take P1 over the pit stop.
Yeah.
Because at that point, he's going to have clean air and he'll be able to put a 20-second gap between himself and those guys.
Jeez.
If he could get up to a 23-second gap, then he'd be able to pit stop and not lose P1.
Yeah.
Great strategy, opportunity. On board now with Gamer. 0.3 of a second behind Earl Wipeout. Doing everything he can to just get the most out of this Red Bull setup. He is not going to be able to pass quite yet, but he stays there. Just 1/10 of a second off his tail. A little bit of a shake by Earl Wipeout. And just like his name, that's what Gamer's got to hope this guy does. Just wipe out, Earl.
Yeah, and your mom's technician gets the pass here on Two Pigs at the same spot as last lap, and we'll see if Two Pigs gets the switchback.
Two Pigs got the switchback.
We'll see if Two Pigs gets the switchback. Does not get it that time. He has DRS. We'll see if your mom's technician can play defense. Two Pigs with the inside. Great throttle control, and he gets P5 back from your mom's
Gamer
technician.
now making the first move as far as taking a pit stop. So he actually beats Earl Wipeout to the punch. Interesting, and what I think a great strategy move by him, because Earl's going to have to pit after him, and he'll naturally take that position away from Earl. The question is, how long does Earl stay out on those mediums, as we now have Earl in P1 and Lucas in P2, the 2 McLarens in a 1-2 position at the moment. Gamer, as a result of that pit stop, where exactly will he come out? Will he come out P6? Oh, Max G-Mans is battling him. So he may drop down to P7. Nope, he remains in P6 for the race. Something to keep an eye on is how quickly can he climb that leaderboard. Right now,
your mom's tech. This could really shake things up for that battle for P3, with Gamer now going to be closing that gap and trying to shake things up and
as he climbs the leaderboard.
P5 and P4. So that could really prove to cause one of these other racers to have an incident.
Lots of action going to be taking place.
Your mom's technician loses the position to Two Pigs again. Just the switchbacks and this battle back and forth for that P4 spot has been really fun to watch.
Gamer's going to have to get through both of them just to get back up towards that P4. The Lamb's Raw holding up the rest of the pack. Oh, Earl Wipeout now has a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings, so probably track limits, as Lucas and Earl Wipeout pit stop. So Lucas did not stay out that much longer on hards. He decides to take a pit stop now, and we'll see where they come out.
Lucas coming out on used mediums, 5-lap mediums for Lucas. So he's planning on doing a pit for mediums here, and then probably softs to finish the race. That'll be an interesting strategy, and we'll see how it plays out for him.
Now we look at the former, top 3: Gamer in P4, Earl Wipeout P5, and Lucas in P6. So those are the presumptive race leaders once everybody in front of them takes pit stops. Gamer with an opportunity to actually pass your mom's technician and 2 pigs and put some space between himself and those other 2 drivers.
Yeah. Earl Wipeout hunting down Gamer right now with 0.3 of a second.
And Gamer's hunting down your mom's technician, who is hunting 2 pigs. What a procession we have. And Gamer gets past your mom's technician, and he gets past 2 pigs. And Earl Wipeout gets past your mom's technician, but falls into P4. So now Gamer P2.
Oh, brakes locked up. Your mom's technician almost wiped out Earl Wipeout.
Now Gamer in P2 position with 2 pigs now a second behind him. This is really going to help Gamer's race to have, 4 drivers between himself. Gamer in P1. Gamer takes P1 as somebody goes into the pit. Lamb's Raw goes into the pit. Now Gamer P1. Wow. Earl Wipeout P2. 2 pigs P3. Your mom's technician P4. Lucas P5. 5 seconds behind the P4 position of your mom.
We are seeing a dream race unfold for 2 pigs. Granted, is he going to hold P3? He's going to have to pit here in the next few laps. But it puts him in a position to continue to battle against your mom's technician for that P3 spot for the season.
Incredible how that worked out for Gamer.
Your mom's technician gets the pass for P3, but we've been seeing these 2 switch back and forth the entire race.
Gamer has a great, that could not have gone better for him, as he is in P1. 4 drivers between himself and his rival, and 2 pigs switches back to the inside again. They keep doing it round and round. They go
same spots every lap.
It's almost like bubblegum in a dish. Where will they land on the final lap? Catch a driver by his toe. And you see Gamer still 1.1 seconds ahead of Earl Wipeout P2. Not much of a battle happening there yet.
And your mom's technician goes to the pit. We'll see what he comes out on.
He's on this, after 13 laps on his hard tires. And 2 pigs stays out. So that'll shake up their battle quite a bit. Interesting to see Lucas on the 7-lap mediums. I don't know if that'll play out well for him or not. I think
your
it will.
Mom's coming out on fresh hards. He's going to finish the race out on these hards.
Yep, 10 laps left. So Lucas will take those mediums maybe 3 to 4 more laps, as he's already kind of sliding around the turns on those mediums. Tightest interval now would be the Lamb's Raw. Nope, that's not even tight.
Lucas
attempting to pass 2 pigs now.
I don't get why he would opt for another pit stop, knowing that Gamer and Earl Wipeout are probably going to finish the race on their hards.
He's going to have to go and just hope for really fast, soft tires.
I guess you're racing against what?
Oh, and he hits the 2 pigs. It spins out.
What?
On a pass attempt to the inside.
And Wipeout gets the penalty.
He's had a penalty. Well, that was Lucas and 2 pigs. That was Lucas.
Yeah, okay, 2 pigs.
He passes 2 pigs, but not without, a little bit of a dust up. Thankfully, nobody crashed out. Now Lucas in P3, 12.13 seconds now behind P2 of Earl Wipeout, as Earl Wipeout is still trying to hunt down P1, but he does have a 3-second penalty on him.
And with Earl Wipeout and
2 pigs
Lucas
takes the penalty.
Racing about the same pace today, that's going to be tough. to
pigs?
get 13 seconds knocked off when you have to pit one more time this race.
Yeah, that makes it
I
difficult.
wonder if that was an accident.
to take the mediums that were
Yeah,
used.
that had to be an accident.
Because
Sometimes you're like switching it as you go in the pit lane, and you just don't get it over to the right tires, and you accidentally get.
That would suck if that's the case.
That would cost them
The championship. Incredible.
the entire.
And
season.
that little dust up with two pigs almost cost them the championship. But
Yeah.
two pigs did take a penalty for those actions.
Okay.
Or no, he had multiple warnings. So I don't know if the penalty was for his racing with Lucas, but maybe that was one of the warnings that he got.
A dream scenario for two pigs slowly turning into a nightmare as your mom's technician gets a commanding lead against him in P5 here.
Yeah, he's
that
12.
would solidify your mom's technician in his P3 spot for the Constructors Championship.
Drivers.
Or the Drivers Championship, sorry.
Yeah, you're good. Now we are on lap 21. Wow, this has gone by fast. 8 laps, because it started so slow with those
Yeah,
safety
it did.
cars. Now we've got 8
Only
laps left to decide the Drivers' Championship. Gamer in a comfortable, not very comfortable lead in front of Earl Wipeout, but a comfortable lead in front of Lucas,
You know what,
who is
Murph?
17 seconds off of P1.
We're at my favorite part of the race. It's my favorite thing to talk about. The third leg.
Lucas is now in P5 in the pit. So Lucas is taking a pit stop. Can you go to him? Lucas in the pit stop. He's going to come out. He's now back out in P5. And what is he on? He's on
Lucas
0
comes
lap
out
hards.
on hards.
So
Okay.
he's on very fresh hard
I would
tires.
assume that was a mistake to go on those used
mediums. But now he's got
but he's
fresh,
on fresh
tires,
tires
for
so
9 laps.
it could give him the
But
advantage he needs.
I do-
But he's got a lot of time to make up
I
here.
do believe that cost him his championship.
Yeah.
As we look at
Unfortunately, that's
Gamer-
unfortunate to see him go out.
Gamer's
Like that.
Yeah, Gamer's well like 30 seconds or so ahead of him. Over 35 seconds ahead of Lucas at the moment. And the Gamers,
37 seconds and 10 laps. If anybody could do it,
it's Lucas.
it's Lucas. But against Gamer in a P1 spot with decent tires right now, that's gonna be tough. He's gonna need Gamer to make a mistake, or for Earl Wipeout to get desperate and make Gamer make a mistake.
Yeah. If Earl Wipeout goes for a pass, that could get ugly. And that is the tightest interval on the track right now, is between P1 and P2 of Gamer in the Red Bull and Earl Wipeout in the McLaren.
Yeah, and you got to think Earl Wipeout, who has been racing the same pace as Gamer this entire race, now not only needs to take over that P1 spot, but he needs to create a 3-second gap to get P1 for this race.
We were watching it shake out, and we are just 7 laps away. And I think it could,
It's shaking out in the third leg.
in the third leg of the race, is being shaken out right in front of our eyes. That's obtrusive. That's obtrusive to my eyes. And Lucas, yeah, that's Earl Wipeout. Still 0.6 of a second trying to hunt down P1 of Gamer. Gamer in this clean air on rather fresh tires is just flying around Abu Dhabi.
We haven't seen this large of intervals any race this entire season.
Yeah, that's what happens when we finally get clean laps without a safety car.
Yeah.
You start to see some more realistic intervals take place.
Yep. And it makes sense. Gamer up there, I would not have suspected Lucas down that far making a costly mistake going on the wrong tires there.
Yeah, that is unfortunate for him. He will still, as the race sits right now, he'll still finish P2 on the season with your mom's technician in P3, and Gamer taking home the first ever championship if everything remains the same.
How about the Lambs Raw sitting comfortable in that P3 spot with a 6-second lead on your mom's technician? He is almost 30 seconds behind Earl Wipeout, but as long as he doesn't make a mistake, it's going to be tough for your mom's technician to come up with that 6 seconds here.
Yeah,
at the
really,
end
the
of
Lambs
race.
Raw seems to be pushing the rest of the pack back as his interval continues to grow about a second or two every lap. Now 27.4 seconds off of P2. And we just watched the Red Bull of Gamer and the McLaren of Earl Wipeout in very comfortable lead in front of everybody else. Lucas is gaining a bit of ground on your mom's technician, but again, there's just simply not enough laps left for him to gain what he would need to make it competitive for the Drivers' Championship.
Yeah, and how about your mom's technician holding on to that P4 spot, 2 positions against 2 pigs, who is the only racer in this race who has a chance to compete against him for that P3 spot for the championship.
Earl Wipeout hopefully does not wipe out Gamer. He's 0.2 of a second off. And
How about Gamer's defense, though?
yeah, he's maintaining the pace, but Earl Wipeout has the
Even
pace
with
to pass him right
DRS,
now.
he's managing his battery well. They both just burnt
honestly,
their battery to just about 0.
honestly, if I'm Gamer right now, I let him pass clean
Yep.
and then just sit in P2 because he has a penalty, so you'll still get P1
Yep.
and you'll still win the Drivers' Championship. You just can't afford a close battle and getting taken out on the final race of the season like this.
Yeah, Lucas now he's in P5. He just took off almost a full second on your mom's technician and does have a chance to climb up there into P4.
And get some more points on the
Does
season.
not look like he's going to make it up to the podium unless we see the Lambs Raw DNF.
Yeah. And he seems to be keeping it clean back there, and he's really not getting gained on by your mom's technician very much per lap. Lap 25, Motor Droid Racing League, Week 13 in Abu Dhabi. Weather has not been a factor for the first time in weeks in our league. 3 weeks in a row we saw rain. And now we see just 5 laps left to decide, or 4.5 left to decide the Drivers' Championship. Gamer had things shake out the way that exactly that he needed to. It really helps when Lucas, who barely makes mistakes, made a mistake these 2 weeks in a row because he completely crashed out and DNF'd last race, and that's the only reason they were tied for the Drivers' Championship.
Yep.
And now Lucas,
Earl Wipeout has the DRS here, but I don't know if he has the battery.
he's going to try to the inside, and Gamer's just going to let him have it. You just got to let him have it. Just stay clean and don't get wrecked out.
Smart move from
Don't
the
even try to
veteran.
switch it back. Don't even try to switch it back. That guy's got a penalty. You'll take P1 for the season and the Abu Dhabi trophy.
Yeah, Gamer not too much pressure here. Yeah, I think that we're just going to see him build his battery up. He does have an advantage against Earl.
Lucas is now 1.2 seconds behind your mom's technician.
Yeah, he
So he's
closed
gonna
that
be-
gap
he'll be
fairly
making a
quick.
pass
He only
shortly.
has 3 laps left to do it. I think he's going to go for it, but
Might as well get the points and finish out. Who knows what happens in front of you? Now Lucas has got to think it's out of his control what happens up front, you know? He could just pray for a miracle.
yep.
So we were watching newcomer Earl Wipeout in the McLaren get up into the P1 position with a 3-second penalty on him. So after 2,000 Pigs picks up a 3-second penalty down there in P6. And Lucas now 0.4 of a second behind your mom's technician in the Williams, hunting down an opportunity to take P4 for the race.
It's unfortunate to see the season end like this for Lucas.
A guy that
Mistakes happen.
a guy that was really mistake free. He goes to the inside of your mom's technician down the straightaway, and he
he's
has
gonna
it
get that.
the pace very easily as he goes on just 2-lap fresher tires.
This is switchback territory, so we'll see if
Overall, he just
his
outpaces.
defense holds up.
Yep, and he takes P4 in the McLaren.
Yeah. Your mom's technician struggling on those tires right now. He's got 7 laps on the hards. But he's had problems being a little oversteery all day today, and it's costing him right there.
Well, you know what you gotta like about Lucas as a competitor is he has every reason, as kids would say, to rage quit after a mistake, knowing
Right.
he can't win the championship, but the integrity to stay in it and to keep racing
Yeah.
and to still be making moves and climbing his way up the leaderboard to get as much points on the season as he possibly can.
Yeah.
Got to respect that. So we see now Earl Wipeout riding in P1 and Gamer directly behind him. Ooh, and Earl Wipeout almost cost him the championship with that lockup. And Gamer is trying to compete with him. I don't even know why. Just stay away from him. As you got 3 laps left.
He is
And
going
he's
for
going
the
to
overtake
outside.
here.
He's going to take
We'll see.
P1 easily.
Keeps it clean.
Easily. Is there a switchback? Does he have it in him? And
Not that time.
wow. The guts to go for it when you don't have to.
Yeah.
That's just how he drives, especially in the Red Bull. What's the fastest lap? Let me set it.
Yeah. And he's done it all season long, folks. He struggled the last few weeks. He had a couple tire strategy issues. Did not make the same mistake today.
Yeah, really, the last few weeks in a row, we've been struck by safety cars and rain
And
strategy decisions that just went awry for a Gamer. And today,
oh, and Earl Wipeout almost wipes out. He's struggling on these 11 lap hards. They've been pushing these tires to the limit. We'll see if he can finish this race clean.
he's
Coming
got,
in around the final.
Yeah, he's got a lap and a
3
half.
laps,
He's
yeah.
got a lap and a half left.
Oh yeah,
to
final
stay
2
clean.
laps. Yep.
So will we see another attempt by either driver for that P1? Oh, man, I hear tires screeching around as they're getting worn out.
And we see Lucas now only 4 seconds behind 5 seconds behind the Lambs Raw.
What
Yeah.
a beautiful sight to watch this Red Bull and McLaren. We thought it'd be Lucas and the McLaren up here battling for P1, P2, but as the newcomer, Earl Wipeout, shaking things up, making things difficult as they're both approaching lap traffic now of Chef Yum and the Alpine. So Gamer just needs to stay clear. Okay, the Alpine gets out of the way for both drivers, and they're cleanly passed, and they continue to fly around these curves at the Abu Dhabi GP. Week 13, we are approaching the very final lap of the final race of the season here in the Motor Droid Racing League as we're watching the current P1 holder for the season in the Red Bull Gamer driving, just needs to stay clean and keep it together to take home the first ever championship of the season, of the inaugural season of the Motor Droid Racing League. This is very exciting to watch it happen. And Lucas back there in the P4, if he just maintains that, will finish P2 on the season. Gamer, a little bit of gamesmanship there, trying to heat up his tires. I don't even think he needs to, but he's swerving around and he locks up slightly. He knows the camera's watching. He knows all eyes are on him as he attempts to be the champion of the first season we've ever had. And it looks like he's going to do it as he's just getting out of Sector 2, setting a good pace. He's got 13 laps on these hard tires. Again, his tire strategy was good, and the rest of how it unfolded and kind of just fell into his lap was great.
Not only did he showboat on this last lap, but he separated the gap to 1.5 seconds.
He's still
and
pushing.
commands the lead.
He's still pushing. As
And
he finds his
as
way
long
around
as
the
he can
final
finish
turn.
these fast-
He is approaching the final turn. He gets there, and as he crosses the finish line with a little bit of a spin, and he's spinning out, and he's celebrating a first place championship drive in Abu Dhabi to take home the trophy for the season, as he is the driver's champion in the Motor Droid Racing League.
And what better driver to win the first season of Motor Droid? He's been dedicated. He's on the servers doing the 5-lappers, running the practice runs, and just putting in the time and the dedication.
It paid off as we see Lucas, the other leader in the league, crosses for a very respectable second place on the Drivers' Championship. And your mom's technician has now crossed the finish line to secure his
P3 spot.
P3 of the season. All of our questions have been answered. Who
Wow.
will finish where? Who gets the trophies? Are we shipping a giant trophy to New Zealand or a small one? We just found out tonight.
And how about your mom's technician? As a middle of the pack driver throughout this entire season, just finding a way to grind it out. And he is one of the crowd favorites here. He's a likable guy. He's always involved in the live streams, and you know, he puts in the time and dedication, put in the money to upgrade his rig, and is able to secure his chance or secure his spot.
And if we had
as
a most improved driver, he may be the front runner.
100%.
Him and Two Pigs.
Yep. Two Pigs also with a really good, well-fought battle today. He was in a couple of positions to really take over and have a chance to knock off your mom's technician.
What an exciting
Just
way.
was unable to do it.
What an exciting way to finish the season. And I can't believe it. 13 weeks in a row, Walt. That was exhausting and so much fun. Thank you to these drivers that continue to show up and show out week after week. You have your chance to join now for season 2, which is probably, you know, right when the DLC drops or maybe a week after. So we're about a month or so away. We can't wait to get a full grid. And here we're looking at the podium, Walt. What a sight as we see Gamer finishing first place, not only in the race, but on the season. And that's very similar to what the trophy looks like in what we're shipping to him, to be honest.
3 months these drivers have grinded, showed up every week.
And here we are, Canada GP. It's lights out. Who can take the initial battle? Oh, somebody's already crashed on turn 1. Somebody's already crashed. There's already a caution. Is there going to be a safety car immediately? Gamer in no space. Gamer just pulled away convincingly. Already a second ahead. That's impressive. He benefited from that crash, I'm guessing, and all the chaos that happened in front of him. And we've got a spin out by Walt already. Walt actually has maintained P11 back there. Here's Lucas with another pass on the inside. Little bit of contact, but it is some clean racing. He gets pushed off of the track. Just not off the track, but off to the side of the track, causing a little bit of wobble. But in the end, he makes the pass on Two Pigs. And he's still racing. They're still racing. Two Pigs that continue to exchange that P5, P6. And he takes the inside. That's 1 for 1. And Lucas is looking to pass. And he's got that Flacco breathing down his neck in the Aston Martin. Here's the straightaway. He goes to the inside and doesn't see it. He thought about it. Too much danger ahead at those turns. And he's got another turn and perhaps another opportunity to pass once they make it through this left to right. Oh, and he's got contact from behind from Flacco. Lucas climbs aboard. So as Lucas gets another attempt in on Two Pigs, he did this last lap. And again, the space just isn't quite there, and that is tight quarters between all 3 of these racers with Two Pigs, Flacco, and Lucas in the middle of best military team. Nothing on the outside on that. And a good little fake to the left and to the right. Now he's been pushed off and contacted by Two Pigs in front of him, and then passed subsequently by Flacco. And you can hear the driver comms. Lucas not happy about that. Let's see what he can get, if he can recover P6 now. This is a fierce battle. Well, he doesn't have to worry about Flacco for now because he's just spun out. Just see a notification that No Space Kobe has left the session. But I see that. Okay, Two Pigs with the pass on the outside, on the inside there. And he was able to take the position. Can he continue to defend it against Retroface? And he has. Just really drive slow in front of him. All right, let's see what we can see from this angle. Back on board, and Lucas makes a clean turn pass all the way around that hairpin. And now he can attempt to put some space between himself and Retro Face. Gamer takes the first pit stop on lap 10. So you got Gamer pitting, and your mom's technician is now P1. He's the temporary holder of P1. Yep, there goes your mom's technician into the pit, and there goes Two Pigs, your temporary race leader, maybe permanent if he can continue on a good tire strategy. He now holds P1 above Gamer, who's on a fresh set of mediums, gaining ground immediately, 0.4 seconds behind. There goes Gamer around the outside to reclaim P1, and which he has had for the majority of the race. So here we are, lap 11, not yet even halfway through the race, and he doesn't seem to be having the pace. Yep, your mom's technician is about to put the move on him. Let's hop on board with your mom's technician as he races for P3. And really, your mom's technician should just focus on getting the clean pass, because no matter what, Retro Face is going to have to make a pit stop. So no need to attempt anything that'll break your car or cause any damage. And he got past. He got past clean. No damage. No nasty defense. Oh, like I said, now Lucas knows he's going to move up to P4. Once Lucas can get past him, he'll be looking at maybe a 2 to 3 second interval to P3, where your mom's technician is currently 9 seconds off pace of P2. As you can see, now he has your mom's technician in his sights. He's gotten that interval down to 2.1 seconds. So as he goes cleanly through these turns, finds the right side of the track, stays on his racing line, there he is, your mom's technician, getting hunted live. 2.5 seconds left, while Lucas is going hunting for podium. Oh, that's because Gamer pitted. So Gamer was able to pit and come out still 11 seconds ahead of P2. So now we're looking at a different race than what I was just talking about. We're going to be seeing, and here's the pass on your mom's technician. Very nicely done by Lucas. No contact, very clean, very respectable positioning from both drivers. That's what we like here at Motor Droid. No bad, nasty defending, no causing collisions just because you're about to get past. Your mom's technician gave it a good defense, but not quite enough. He's now a second off of Gamer. I mean, a second off in P3 is your mom's technician now behind Lucas. Hop on board. And I feel like Lucas will... Ooh, and Lucas has a spin out. And Lucas is spun out. So after working his way up and getting up to P2, starting P12, right after an intense battle with your mom's technician is able to take complete advantage of a mistake we don't normally see Lucas make. Speeding under safety car. Is there a safety car? Everybody's still okay?
Miller crashed.
This is such a race-changing safety car, and now we have all of these intervals tightening up, which you gotta love to see. So now we get to see some racing, and the big question is, what will the mix-up be from P1 through P4? Are we racing? And we're racing. Safety car is in. That's a fierce battle there between 2, 3, and 4. Who can maintain position through all that? 2000 trying to defend both drivers behind him at the same time. Here's your mom's view, and then Lucas was able to take your mom's technician and hop into P2. Let's hop on board with Lucas as he is behind Two Pigs again. Now I just know I'm here for it. So there they are, side by side, wheel to wheel. Lucas didn't quite have the position or the pace to get past there. Two Pigs moves in on him again. And then there we go. You have Lucas taking that position. Two Pigs tries to take it back on the inside, not giving him and a little bit more contact between the two. And then contact with your mom's technician from behind Lucas. Here they are, wheel to wheel again. Two Pigs maintaining pace to get back out in front, and Lucas decides to just sit back behind him, get through these turns, and then make another attempt. He's down on battery, so he's got to get that harvested back up, I think, to make a pass. He's using it all trying to get through there, and nothing has been able to happen. There it is, still a tight battle between these three. Oh, now your mom's technician able to take P2 back from Lucas. And you know Lucas is gonna try to get it back. Back on board with Lucas. Watching your mom's technician in P3 trying to gain ground on two pigs. In front, let's go on board with your mom's technician for a moment. Here they all three come. This has been the battle to watch ever since the safety car ended. And all the meanwhile, Gamer pulling away with a 7-second lead for the win. Here comes your mom's technician and pigs, and Lucas trying to take the move. He does take the move to the inside. So back on board with your mom's technician, you can see Lucas after the pass. Let's get back on board with Lucas trying to get after two pigs, and then a move to the inside with a healthy defense attempt from two pigs, but it wasn't enough to deter Lucas from getting past him once and for all, and hopefully he's just trying to leave him in his dust. Let's go back on board with two pigs and your mom's technician right behind two pigs. You can see this battle unfold from P4's camera. He's trying to make a pass. Two pigs defending all over the track. Not enough to, oh, and he just moves in on your mom's technician. He's gonna crash your mom's technician out. And now Retroface joining the battle. Let's hop on board. Let's see what we can find from this battle. Retroface. There's more contact from two pigs as your mom's technician tries to defend. He's gonna have a lot of people angry at him after this race, folks. And finally, your mom's technician gets past him. But so loud, having a battle with Robbie. Teammates keeping it clean, and now Bud So Loud takes P6. He's down 3 positions from where he started at P3. Still on board with Retroface, who sees a wobble from two pigs, tries to move to the inside on him, and they're on the straightaway. A little bit of contact, but Retroface is gonna pass him, and two pigs is gonna pass him back, and now more contact. Are they gonna spin each other out? Is the question at this point. They just keep passing each other. And now, Retroface is in P4, and Bud So Loud was able to get in the mix and pass two pigs, and two pigs has to take that position back. Let's go on board with two pigs. Can he find the pace to reclaim? He lost 2 positions in that little exchange on the track. That was great racing. And Bud So Loud, or Retroface, Bud So Loud now hops up to P4, and Retroface gets passed by both of them. Let's see what's happening. Retroface, 2,000 pigs, battling it out. And Retroface actually was able to put a gap on him. And we've got a fight here with Bud So Loud and your mom's technician unfolding.
It depends about me. I don't crack under pressure against these guys.
There's. What just happened there? He's letting Bud go by him because Bud just picked up another penalty of 9, so he's 9 seconds total. Smart move by your mom's technician to just let him go because he knows with the penalties you still beat him. And at this point, Bud gave the position back because. And now we're going to be on board with your mom's technician for his first podium. And here he comes around the final turn, around the finish line for his first podium of the season. That's a P3 for your mom's technician. Yes. Beautiful racing.
Yeah, we have Josiah making his last push at it, but it doesn't look like he's on pace. He does not get through the finish
And we're
line.
done with qualifying.
Oh, that was fun. I think if that tells us anything about the race, we have a tight, competitive, wheel-to-wheel race coming up.
Pretty much P1 through 7 I expect to be wheel-to-wheel action. There will be intervals. I think we'll see intervals play out again where the top 3 or 4 are a good 10 seconds ahead of people in P5 down to P8. But I'd like to be surprised and watch it be tight P1 through P8.
Yeah, and Belgium is one of those tracks where you can eat your tires up real quick. So it's going to come down to strategy and tire management throughout this race.
It does often. Now, this is going to be 22 laps, but it is one of the longer laps throughout the season of 1:40. So it's still going to be a good 45-minute race. A one-stop strategy here, most likely, if it's 22 laps.
Yeah, I think most of the racers are going to opt for a medium to hard strategy. But we've been known to be thrown off. We've seen people come out on softs for the first ones and then just go mediums and hard and do a two-stop betting on the safety car, which has been proven to be a good strategy in this league so far.
Can't wait to watch it all happen. I see people getting readied up. I don't know why they gave us a cockpit view here. That's odd. And it's asking me for a race strategy and to start the race, which I'm a spectator. I don't know how this would happen.
Start, maybe?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if it maybe entered me as...
retire from session.
Well, look at this.
I think.
Well, a whole bunch of people. Hold on.
Oh. Murph is in
It's
the
on
race.
the formation lap. What the... How did this happen, dude?
Murph was in spectator mode.
Dude.
Here, just
I have
quit
to
and then
quit.
I'll re-invite you.
Hurry up, though.
All right,
Fast
we
run
got formation lap going right now.
Once again.
Drivers need to keep it clean to be able to warm their tires up.
Fast. Gotta go fast. Friends.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
My bad.
You're good.
Trying to entertain here.
I know it's difficult to invite and entertain at the same time. I don't know. I didn't mean to push any buttons. It somehow put me in a cockpit view, and I was about to be a part of the race. I'm going to join. I want to spectate.
All right.
All right. This time I'm spectating. I'm not in the race. Thank goodness. Have not practiced Belgium in weeks.
We have a couple of we have two different race strategies that are recommended. An aggressive one, which is the mediums and hards, which I believe that most of them will opt out of. And then they were recommending a medium, hard, medium. So I could see some of these guys even taking a soft, hard, medium strategy here and trying to take advantage.
I gotta love
Early on.
when tire strategy comes into play. It mixes things up midway through the race. I can't wait to see who does what.
Everyone keeping it clean so far. Oh, except for Bud So Loud. I missed it.
And you can, if you hit spectator menu, you'll be able to pull up different stats. I'm going to watch position change. Maybe you could watch tires or something. All right, we are live. We are on the formation lap here at Belgium Grand Prix. It is the Motor Droid Racing League race number 9 of the season. It's very competitive in the standings right now as we watch a battle for P1 and P2, and we watch a battle P3 through P5 basically in the season standings, and we expect to see those same battles happening here live on the track. So the drivers are taking their final formation and entering the grid at their respective positions. We are about to watch these lights go live. Walt, go ahead and get on P5 through 6 for the camera angle purpose. Maybe even hop on board with somebody in the middle if you want. Here we go, waiting for the lights to light up here in Belgium. There we go, light number 3, 4. There it is, lights out, and we are racing here at the Belgium Grand Prix as we watch straight off the finish line Gamer in the Red Bull and the Williams of Rooster getting around turn 1 without any contact, but they are racing wheel to wheel.
Oh, we have debris.
There's always debris on turn 1, but Gamer is trying to take P1 away from Rooster on the outside, and he does as they go uphill here at Spa. Let's watch as Gamer sits in P1 trying to defend now against Rooster in the Williams, and Rooster the Williams goes to the inside on the next turn, and you've got somebody on the outside. Oh, and to the outside goes Rooster as he passes the Ferrari and the McLaren, and the Red Bull drops back to P4 on that turn. That was an incredible mix-up there on the third turn of the track, and we'll hop back up to the competition between P1 and P2 of Rooster and FGE Green.
And as we said early, this is going to be a battle through P5. We have Gamer at P4 and Josiah in the Mercedes at P5, and they're battling that out right now.
And we can see we're on board with Gamer, and he dropped down 2 positions, and you can watch P1 through P3 right in front of him. So we're going to see the next opportunity some more use of the DRS and attempts to pass. You see Lucas was able to reconnect after starting P4, and he's up to P3. FGE Green in the Ferrari P2, and Rooster P1 in the Williams. This is very familiar to the last couple of races as far as the order of things. And like you said, Walt, just as we were getting started, the tire strategy will come into play. And Gamer's been winning that battle all season, by the way.
Yeah, we have Max G-Man's pushing right now. Actually, that's Falco that just took over Max G-Man's in the Aston Martin.
Max G-Man
takes over for P7.
You got Flacco in the Aston Martin.
Yep, Flacco.
And we're watching lap 2 begin. There is a caution in sector 3. I don't see a safety car notice, but everybody's under caution. So drivers going slower than race speed. Oh, we do have Falcon Miller has been DNF'd, which means we could be under safety car here for a moment, as somebody crashed out and DNF'd. First retirement of the session by lap 2 here at Belgium is for Falcon Miller. And let's continue to watch as these guys go racing around the Belgium Grand Prix. Exciting first lap. We saw a couple of position changes throughout the first few turns of the track, and you've got Rooster driving under caution. We're on board with him now. We'll hop back to P2, FGE Green in the Ferrari. No more caution, and these guys are racing again. So here we are. You've got Lucas in P3 right in front of Gamer in the Red Bull in P4. So we can watch on board. Gotta love this angle of the race when you can see all four of the
Josiah
top 4.
spins out. He was making time on Gamer. He took advantage of the caution and closed the gap, and he wasn't able to maintain. He spins out and loses a position to your mom's technician. Actually loses 3 positions and now is P10.
All the way down to P10. That's what spinning out will do, and that's just on lap 2.
And one of our crowd favorites, your mom's technician takes over P8, takes advantage of Josiah's mistake. Remember, your mom's technician is going to be looking to get a podium here to maintain his P3 on the season. He is 8 points away from losing his position to It's Bud So Loud, who is 8 seconds off the leader right now. We have a tight race. This is going to be fun.
Exactly the race you were asking for was we were beginning to get hyped up. I see your mom just fell down a position to 2 pigs.
Yeah, 2 pigs looking to take advantage here. He gets P6, and he's 2 seconds off of Falco, who's in P5.
We are watching the front of the pack, and Rooster's been able to maintain about a half-second gap to P2, which is FGE Green in the Ferrari. And then Lucas, still sitting P3 in the McLaren, has Gamer hunting behind him. And Gamer is just 0.2 of a second off. Let's hop on board with Gamer for a moment.
Yeah, and Rooster's one of those racers who he came into the season late, and he's been stacking on points. He's been a contender in every race. So to see him at the top of the leaderboard right now is no surprise. We'll see if he can keep it clean throughout the entire race.
Yeah, I'm on board with Gamer. He is hunting Lucas on lap 3 here at Belgium. He wants to get back up to where he started, which was P2. He somehow got passed on that first lap by 2 people, after actually 3 people at one time. So I can't wait to see that replay. On board with Gamer and Lucas. These two are used to chasing each other around the track. Lucas is now 1.1 seconds behind FG Green in P2. Any other tight battles happening down the pack, Walt?
Yeah, we have a tight battle between Max G-Man's, your mom's technician, and the Williams, and it's Bud So Loud. They keep bouncing back and forth. We'll keep an eye on it to see if we have any overtakes.
Looks tight down there, just 0.2 of a second. And we have Rooster setting the fastest lap right now, 146.286.
It's Bud So Loud, tries to make a move, but doesn't get it there against your mom's technician and the Williams.
Gamer getting real close to Lucas now, 0.2 of a second as they go to the uphill portion of the track, flying flat out around the track here at the Belgium GP. Pushing, and he sees an attempt to the outside, but he doesn't have the pace he feels. He goes to the outside, or the inside of the track, and he was able to get the pace on Lucas, and that's a clean pass for Gamer to reclaim P3 now. And Lucas is going to watch him run away with that for a moment, and 0.4 of a second behind.
Your mom's technician right now just pushed on Max G-Man's and takes over P7. We got a battle going on right here. He's trying to get his position back and does not secure it. That was some great racing from your mom's technician and the Williams.
Lucas now 0.8 seconds behind Gamer, sitting in P4, but he doesn't really have anybody behind him to bother him. Two Pigs is in P5, 10 seconds behind the P4 position of Lucas.
Yeah, your mom's technician right now is pushing to get up to P6 ex Falco, but he has his work cut out for him as he's about a second and a half behind, but he is making up time right now, cutting it down to just a second.
We're watching Rooster now pull away. He is still a half second ahead of P2 FGE Green in the Ferrari. But FGE Green is not going quietly. We are going to go on board with FGE Green for a moment as he gets within 0.1 of a second. Can he push? A little bit of a wobble through those final two turns is not going to do him any favors in that battle for P1 as the Ferrari continues to stalk the Williams there at the front of the pack.
We have It's Bud So Loud making up time on your mom's technician right now. He tries to go and he does not get it because he spins out his tires coming through that tight S-curve. Oh, he makes a move, and that is Max G-Man's taking over P8 against It's Bud So Loud. It's Bud So Loud was pushing too. He had a chance, and he makes a drastic mistake there.
FGE Green doing everything he can to catch pace with Rooster, but Rooster is just loving the clean air and flying around this track here at Belgium. And you can see the gap between P3 P4 growing as Gamer is now of 1.7 seconds ahead of Lucas. I don't know if Lucas might have had a wobble or a mistake, but it's pretty rare he falls down by that much. Back up to 0.3 of a second behind P2. FGE Green in the Ferrari still chasing the Williams of Rooster. Just not able to find the opportunity to pass quite yet. Let's see what can happen as Gamer's actually starting to put pressure on FGE Green. Let's hop on board with Gamer to watch the P1 through 3 battle. He's just 0.4 of a second behind, putting pressure on FGE Green at every turn. So FGE Green was already only concerned with P1 in front of him. Now he has to worry and look in his mirrors at Gamer in the Red Bull hunting the Ferrari.
And it's Bud So Loud trying to make up his position that he lost here. He goes for the overtake on Max G-Man's, and he gets it.
He gets it nice and clean. And we've got the first pit of the leaderboard happening with Gamer going in. And that is going to allow a larger interval for P1, P2, but they're still going to have to pit after him. So here we see Gamer's pit stop strategy coming into play once again. Will it do him the right way like it has for the last few weeks?
We got Max G-Man's playing the switchback game with It's Bud So Loud. He has the battery right here. I think that he's going to try to make a move, and as long as he can keep it clean, I think he's going to get it.
On board with Gamer now is in P6 in the Red Bull, first to make a pit stop, and you know the competitors 1 through 3 take a real notice of that. Now they're playing their own mind games up top. Who's going to pit first out of P1 through P3? Well, just a little bit of time will tell. And Gamer's going to continue to work his way up through the leaderboard in the meantime until they take a pit stop.
It's Bud So Loud was playing really good defense right there, but he couldn't withstand the third turn, and Max G-Man takes the lead. Max G Mans.
I'm
takes the lead.
gonna stay on board with Gamer as we'll watch him pass his way back up. So if you want to stay focused on the front or the bottom, that's fine with me. Here we are on board with Gamer as he chases down Flacco that's in P5 in the Aston Martin. And he's going to make a pass attempt, but Flacco with a healthy defense, but he lets him pass as he knows he kind of pushed him off track, and Gamer hops up to P5 in the Red Bull. And here's Gamer in the Red Bull pushing past two Pigs, their teammates. And I do believe they have team orders. And Pigs will let him by as he is in the lead of the Drivers' Championship. And now Gamer is back up to P3. Who's taking pit stops, though? Well, I see FG Green on a pit stop.
Yeah, FG Green's going in. He's coming out on his hards. And we also have your mom's technician. Nope, he's not pitting. I was going to say your mom's technician usually waits a little bit longer than everybody else.
Yeah, that'd be surprised to see him do it by lap 7. We have two Pigs who is now just behind, and we'll go on board with him. He's right behind his teammate in the other Red Bull. Goes off track. He's going to get a penalty for that. But he is likely not going to push too hard. He's going past Gamer now, which is an interesting decision for them as far as team orders.
FG Green gets a clean overtake on your mom's technician coming out of the pit lane. It didn't take him long, and now he's chasing down two Pigs for P4.
Two Pigs and Gamer are just swapping positions back and forth. I hope they're having an agreement, not a disagreement on team comms over there in the Red Bull team. What do we see as the tightest interval there on the track? Probably Bud So Loud in P7.
Yeah, we also have two Pigs and FGE Green within 1 second.
FG Green, who has made a pit stop, and Pigs has not. FG Green sure to pass him shortly, or at least make an attempt.
Yeah,
let's see what type
time really quickly here.
What type of defense will 2,000 Pigs give in the Red Bull for his teammate Gamer, who's up there in P3? We're going to watch it happen now. FG Green within the passing range. He gets to the outside as they come down to the final turn, and he gets past. He takes track position. He's able to get through the final right-hand turn, and he's going to go and try to get some speed off that bumper, and he has overtaken two Pigs, as two Pigs gave a little bit of a fight and goes into the pit. So good defense by two Pigs there for his teammate Gamer. Gamer now back up to P2 as there's been a pit stop made by Lucas. And Lucas is coming out where?
All right, Lucas is coming out P4 in the McLaren KNM 050. And he's chasing down FGE Green right now on his fresh hards.
Tell us what we've seen come out of the pit stop as far as tires, Walt.
Yeah, we're looking at most of them opting for that medium to hard strategy. They'll probably try to make these hards last to the end of the race if they can.
We're both on board with Lucas, which is good. I got that external camera on him. You stay on board with him because he's just 9/10 pushing on FGE Green at the moment, unless you see a tighter battle.
Yeah, he's making good progress here. He is, like you said, only 9/10 away from FGE Green, and he loses some time there, but I think he'll make it up. FGE Green making good pace, though.
So we see Rooster at the top. He's now 17 seconds ahead, okay? He's 17 seconds ahead of Gamer, who's in P2. He has yet to make a pit stop. He's on 7-lap mediums. Does he take a pit here?
FGE Green spins out and gives the position up to Lucas and the McLaren. We see the Ferrari spin out, and he gets back on track. He is now 4 seconds behind Lucas in P4.
Wow. Absolute race-changing spin-out.
That is
As that
crazy.
Was about to be one of the tightest battles for the remainder of the race.
It is.
It's going to allow Lucas to get a gap on him.
And 4 seconds to gain on Lucas is not an easy task.
Not at all. He's going to need a mistake out of him.
Which we have seen from Lucas in the last few weeks, but last week he raced a perfect race. He was not going to make the same mistake as 2 weeks ago. He had the race in the bag as long as he didn't get a 3-second penalty, and on the last lap gives it up. He didn't make the same mistake last week. We'll see if he can keep it clean today.
And you can see a false driver on the leaderboard right now. Motor Droid is an AI bot that somehow got entered into the race in the second McLaren. So that is just, I guess, extra competition for some people. That is not me racing. I'm commentating. Here we are on board with Roosters. Like I was saying a little bit ago, 17.3 second interval to P2 Gamer. The pit stop strategy is always huge. If Rooster gets a clean pit stop, I believe it's probably a 22 to 21 second interval change, which means he could be fighting Gamer as he comes out of pit lane. Gamer likely wins that battle, though.
And we have 2 pigs in P6 in the Red Bull chasing down the Mercedes driven by Josiah. He's got him within a second and a half right now, and he's going to try to make a move here.
And we do see Rooster now take a pit stop, so let's watch and see where he comes out as he races against Gamer. If you want to hop on board with Gamer real quick. He's coming around the final turns. It looks to me like he'll have the pace to easily pass Rooster during this pit stop. So here comes Rooster, currently in P1.
And he drains his battery here.
Don't see any mistakes.
Trying to catch up. And he has shrunk that deficit down to just 10 seconds.
He is now coming out right in front of Rooster into P1. So Gamer takes P1 because of the pit stop strategy. There it is again, Walt. He continues to seemingly have the best strategy week after week in the Red Bull.
Yeah, we have not seen much competition for him strategy-wise throughout this season, and it's paid off for him with 5 P1 wins in a row and a P2 finish last week. We'll see if he can stack another P1 finish in this week.
Even with a very clean pit stop from Williams and Rooster at P2, he comes out behind Gamer, and you've got Lucas in P3, who is now hunting Rooster. He's just 0.2 of a second as they go around Sector 2. If you want to stay on board with Lucas, I'll catch it from the other cam. Gotta love the 2-cam setup for the highlights. And Gamer has now put 4.5 seconds on Rooster in P2. They're both
Isn't that impressive? He was never worried about the deficit.
They're both on hards.
They're both on hards. Rooster is going to have an advantage towards the end of the race with a 4-lap delay on his tires from Gamer's 4 laps hards right now.
So strategy-wise, Gamer really just needs to put as much pace. And we got a virtual safety car.
Oh.
I saw a penalty from 2 pigs.
Do you think we see
and
Gamer
a virtual
take
safety
advantage?
car?
Think we see Gamer take advantage
and go get tires?
And go get new tires right now?
Well, I don't think that the people behind him will have to get new tires, right?
Nope, they're fresh.
So we're going to watch Gamer. I'll be on board with him. He's not going to the pit stop right away, so he's just going to continue on.
I guarantee Josiah is going to take
Rooster took a pit.
Rooster
had the tire advantage already.
Interesting.
So he's going to come out on very fresh tires. What does that mean for the rest of the squad? That means Lucas jumps up to P2 in the virtual safety car.
Yeah, that was an interesting decision. He's going to have to really push it here to make that position back.
I mean, FGE Green had 0 laps on his mediums, and he took a pit stop. So
yeah, and you know, a 3-lap advantage on your tires at the end of the... And he comes out on mediums. He's going to need to make the mediums last 11 laps, which is doable on this track. But those mediums are going to be at the end of their life at 11 laps.
We'll see how correct that prediction is. I think you're right. Unfortunate
Gamer
for him.
with 5 laps on his hard is going to be struggling at the end of this too. Those hards are going to be at the end of their life towards 15 laps.
And just so you know, we are back to racing. So that virtual safety car was very short-lived. Talk to me about the intervals that you see below P1 and P2 right now.
Yeah, we have a P4, P5 battle going on. Rooster is 0.3 of a second off from 2 pigs, fighting for P4. We'll see if he can get it here.
Gamer staying
he takes the outside on him. They're wheel to wheel, and we'll see if Two Pigs concedes, and he does not. They're fighting through.
Oh, we
We're
see a
fighting
big
through
spin
in
out there.
Two
That was
Pigs.
Rooster and Two Pigs.
Two
We
Pigs
go
probably
back
should have backed off there.
to Two Pigs, and he's back on track, so no retirement there.
Back on track.
But
no
he
wall.
really lost that battle because of a spin out. Very tight racing.
That is the beauty of this track. There are a few spots where you can get into trouble hitting walls, but other than that, it's fairly open. And if you have a spin out, you may have a chance to get back into this race.
So we are on board with Lucas now, who is in P2. He did not take a pit stop during the virtual safety car. Neither did Gamer. So they find themselves at the very lead of the pack. And he is slowly shrinking that interval from what was 4.5 seconds between himself and Gamer to just 3.6 seconds. And we got a battle happening down there with Josiah and your mom's technician through the final turn. And Josiah does all that battling just to go into the pit stop.
I thought we were going to get a real battle there, but he must have taken some wing damage.
Two Pigs still on track after that spin out in P5.
All right, we have some drama for the season standings here. Your mom's technician fighting to get as many points as he can is 3 seconds behind It's Bud So Loud. And he was fighting with Josiah to get that, to hold his position, but Josiah ends up bailing into the pit lane, and Your Mom So Loud now has his work cut out for him because It's Bud So Loud is literally the last person that he wants to score more points than him today.
He's going to have to gain a lot of time per lap to catch up with him in the house. Lots of big intervals here on the track after that virtual safety car. How pivotal of a moment is that at a track like Belgium, where P1 through P4 only 2 of the drivers go into the pit lane, and here we are, lap 13 of 22 at Belgium, and we see Lucas in the McLaren in a comfortable P1 because FGE Green in the Ferrari is 20 seconds behind him after those pit stops.
Yeah, and Rooster, I don't know why he went off into the pit lane because he had P2 secured. He gives up the position to Lucas and now is 4 seconds behind FGE Green in P3, who has given up 20 seconds on Lucas.
So what do we do? What do we do in a situation like this during a race where you see giant gaps across the board? You look at the tightest gap actually being P6 and 7, like you said, and your mom's technician is gaining. He's pushing and gaining.
Yep, and he drained his entire battery. He has nothing left, but he did make up great time. And yeah, we see It's Bud So Loud with battery trouble right now too. This is going to be a fun battle right here.
Your mom's technician currently 1.3 seconds behind Bud So Loud. Another caution pops up in Sector 3. Doesn't look like anybody retired.
We'll see if your mom's technician can take advantage here and close the gap.
Currently hunting It's Bud So Loud in the Haas, like we've seen so many times this season. Your mom's technician does have a penalty, and Bud So Loud does not at the moment. And Bud So Loud does do a good job of rubbering in a clean race, doesn't he?
He does. He keeps it clean. He races fast. He really does. He's one of those racers that gets slept on. He's in P5 right now. He's in P4 right now on the season. And he kind of snuck into that position and has a chance right here to take a podium stance for the season.
Now, I just looked at the penalties, and Bud So Loud does not have a penalty. Your mom's technician, currently in P7, does have a 3-second penalty. So not only does he need to pass Bud So Loud in P6, he'll have to gap him by 3 seconds, or just get past him and hope Bud So Loud ends up taking a penalty, which he normally does not. Now, speaking of penalties, Walt, talking to Gamer just like an hour before the race, his focus all week, staying clean, because the last 2 weeks in a row, penalties have cost him the first place position.
Yeah, it seems like that's been the name of the game for the entire top of the leaderboard. We've had some really tight races dependent or dictated by last-minute penalties. And these guys have 1 through 4 have kept it clean. So
That's great to see that all 4 of them don't have penalties. Usually at this stage of the race, a couple of them do. So we'll see what happens. And you can see Lucas, speak of the devil, is within 3 seconds of Gamer, right? He's now got that interval down to 2.5 seconds. It was at 4.5 seconds a few laps ago. Lucas knows that he can win a race by staying clean and within that 3 seconds if Gamer should get a penalty again. But with Gamer really honed in on that in practice all week, I expect Gamer to achieve that goal and stay clean and get P1. I think he's very frustrated about the last couple of losses.
I do too. And I would like to point out that Lucas has an advantage on his tires by 2 laps in the McLaren. And Gamer, by the end of this race, those hards are going to be tough to control. So we will see a 2-lap advantage could be huge here.
So penalties and tire advantage. It's what we were hoping it would come down to as we're here on lap 15 out of 22 at the Belgium GP Motor Droid Racing League Week 9.
Your mom's technician closes the gap on its Bud So Loud to just 0.8 of a second, and we'll see if he can push here and take advantage. But he has had battery trouble. He has not been managing it well, and as we can see, it's Bud So Loud has 60% left on his overtake, and your mom's technician is burning everything he has. He does get DRS here. We'll see if he can take advantage, and he takes the lead.
Great use of the track. Bud So Loud got out of the way, knowing that your mom's technician had the pace in the Williams. Now, Bud So Loud, if he stays clean and within 3 seconds, he'll be fine. Your mom's technician really needs to push the pace if he wants to maintain this P6 position and maintain P3 in the Drivers' Championship for the season.
Yeah, and that's going to be tough for him. He's got 50% battery left, battling against It's Bud So Loud with a full battery. I think that he's going to, on this straightaway section, he's going to have a tough time maintaining his position.
Now, I just watched Lucas pass Gamer because Gamer just took a pit stop. So you were talking about the tire advantage, that Lucas had 2-lap advantage. That means Lucas has to pit, right? Lucas just pushed into P1 because Gamer took a pit stop walk.
As we've seen all throughout this season, Gamer finding little advantages in his strategy. We'll see if this one pays off for him.
Or does Lucas push it to the absolute limit on those hards and pencil in 6 more laps? Be very exciting to watch it unfold.
I think Lucas knows that he's in for a tall task. I think he has no choice but to pit here.
Well, he's got 8 laps. Can you go 14 laps on those hards?
You can go 14 laps on the hards, but racing against 8-lap mediums, he does have the time interval. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he stays out and tries to just maintain his pace. He's going to give up some time towards the end of the race, but that's the risk you take.
Now it's 14.3 seconds separating P1, Lucas in the McLaren, P2, Gamer in the Red Bull. What will happen in these final laps? Because right now, if Lucas does take a pit stop, he'd come out in P2, but Gamer would have an easy pass, as that interval is just not quite large enough for Lucas.
Not only are you losing time by staying out on those tires, but you're also risking more chances of mistakes as those tires degrade. If anyone can keep it clean, I think it is Lucas. So he may just take the risk and stay out.
He's staying out on this lap, and Gamer has got that interval down to 13.5 seconds between P1 and P2.
He's going to need to do better than half a second per lap to make up his time against Lucas here. We'll see as his tires get heated up, if he can push a little bit faster on this lap.
He's down now, just 12.7 seconds behind. He's
And
making up about
a
a second every lap.
Lucas may start to get scared here and pit.
I think part of Gamer taking a pit stop at that point in time, too, is his effort all week long to maintain penalty-free racing.
He has. He's been in the live chats. They've been practicing all week, and he's been keeping it clean.
Looks like your mom's technician and your Bud So Loud continue to battle in that P6, P7 area.
Yeah, that's fun. I'm gonna go on board with your mom's technician to see if we can catch an overtake here.
Lovely racing between the Williams and the Haas. And right now it's Bud with the advantage because he has a clean race. Your mom's technician behind him by 0.7 of a second and a 3-second penalty. And he gets around him at the same position that he did last time, pointing the track. Your
With
mom's
no
technician
battery
takes
left.
it back. Bud So Loud now in P7. And your mom's technician in P6. Again, penalties come into play there for the final standings. I'm going to hop back up to Gamer, who's now just 10.8 seconds behind P1 Lucas. Lucas is in Sector 3, coming around those final turns, and he's not going into the pits. So this is the strategy. This is the race. Lucas has no choice at this point but to stay out if he wants to battle for P1. He still has too small of an interval, because if he took a pit, he'd come out in probably P3. You got Gamer rubbering in the fastest lap of the race with 144.6, pushing as hard and as fast as he can to catch up with Lucas in the McLaren.
Yeah, and we've talked about your mom's technician this season needing to maintain position in front of it's Bud So Loud to maintain his position at 3, but we forgot to mention FGE Green, who's in P5 with 35 points. He still has a ways to go.
He's in P3,
but with
for the drivers' championship. Yeah,
if he takes a podium here, and your mom's technician takes a P7, P6, P7, we're looking at FGE Green knocking on the door of taking P3 for the season standings.
Wow, so that's going to be a huge finish for FGE Green. His tire situation is 7-lap mediums. Does he finish the race on those? I guess we'll see. We do see Rooster behind him in P4 at the 3-second penalty. And FGE Green is comfortably ahead of him just by a second.
I think we see everybody finish out this race on the tires they have.
On board with Rooster as he attempts to make a pass on FGE Green to take P3 and hopefully put a 3-second gap on him so he can claim a podium. But that's his only opportunity to get back to the podium for Rooster in the Williams, is to get past FGE Green and get that 3-second gap.
And he's pushing hard here. He does have a chance, and that would be huge for your mom's technician, and it's Bud So Loud for the season standings if Rooster could knock off FGE Green from the podium here.
Oh,
Drama
Rooster
tonight in week 9.
There's Rooster trying to get around FGE Green. Had a little bit of a wobble through the final turns. Impressive to me that FGE Green has found his way back up to P3 after that big spin out he had earlier in the race that dropped him down to the leaderboard to like P8.
And that was an untimely mistake from FGE Green that we haven't seen very much from him. So seeing him bounce back from that is very impressive.
Here we are on board with the race lead Lucas, who has made the bold decision to stay out. Looks like we do have a pass actually by Rooster getting past FGE Green. And now he needs to try to get in front of FGE Green by 3 seconds to avoid losing that podium position. FGE Green just needs to keep it tight and keep it clean. Back to what I was saying about Lucas. We're now on board with the race leader, lap 19 of 22. He's on 11 lap hards, and right behind him is Gamer on 3 lap mediums. And Gamer is 7.2 seconds behind the race lead of Lucas, and he's gonna have to shave 2 to 3 seconds off of each lap, or gain that much on Lucas. Oh, and Gamer just had a costly spin out. It's something we rarely see, and Gamer has spun out in the Red Bull, and that puts the gap back up to 10 seconds. He had the interval to P1 down to 6.8 seconds, and he spun out, and now the interval's 10.2 seconds. Lucas must notice that on the leaderboard and just be thinking to himself, keep it